Test 1, 2. Hey, that's better. Go ahead, Paul.
Welcome to the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Cazenave Bowling Network. Just underway. Academy 2, the number 3 seed, taking on Lafayette, the 10 seed. They won the title 3 seasons ago. John Lescarbeau in the orange shirt, the red shirt. Jimbo, Ayotte, the first bowlers of 5. 3-string format, 2 points a win, 1 for a tie, 2 for total, 8 points on the line. I'm Paul Grant with Greg Gouillart on Cazenave Bowling Network on YouTube in high definition, and Greg is waiting for instant replay. 9 each to start the first of 3 strings.
We'll get the camera straight away in just a second. A little slow on the startup here. We'll be right with you.
Jimbo takes 5, forced from the post. Here's John Lescarbeau. 2 perfect, clip wing eagle.
It's great to see Mike Imperato, but we don't want him to be the star of this show.
He's making the knockout finals tonight in Cazenave Corner on YouTube, 8:30 with Jordan Britton. Free to subscribe, Cazenave Corner on YouTube, as well as Cazenave Bowling Network on YouTube. John just off target there. Second box, first string. They bowl 2 boxes at a time. They switch lanes. Once all 5 go through each 2 boxes at a time. Ayotte trying to get to 19 through 2, does not. 17 through 2. And Lescarbeau pins out with a 9. 19 through 2. Early 2-pin lead for the 10th seed Lafayette Lanes out of Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. The original name, Lafayette Lanes, 2013. Mark and Melissa Ritchie took over, called it Riverwalk Lanes. Home of the Cazenave Cancer Top 5 show. 8 days from now, at time of this broadcast, February 8th, 2025 at 10 a.m. A good ladder. Greg and I will be there for that match. Here's Austin Barnes, the young gun. 3-2 split. Matt Lawless in his second spot for Lafayette. Diamond plus the 7, early in the first of 3. Academy Lanes Pub 125, great place to bowl. 44 lanes and a great pub, full bar, gorgeous looking. He just nubbed the one there. Good prices, high quality food. Lawless off the mark there is the 1 and 2. Austin 3-6, 4-7 left.
That's Academy Lanes all the way through. A cursory glance at the Google reviews. Great entertainment at a sensible price.
8 for Barnes and 9 for Matt Lawless. Slow start for the bowlers so far. It's only 3 boxes in.
Yep.
27-23 early, 27-25, 2-pin lead.
Candlepins are a challenging version of 10-pin here in northern New England and eastern Canada. Northern New England in this case. It's a game of spares mostly, although you get the occasional hammer ball.
Here's Austin Barnes on the crossover at 7, wobbling 3 to the right, 5 middle, 7 left. A lemon drop, $1 for Candlepins for Cancer, optional donation to Matt Lawless. That's the 4-pin, 2nd pin left, a 6 on your right, $1, 5 at a mark. 10 on the double strike, optional donation. 14 families served in 2.5 years in that lemon drop pool. A fun way to have a great cause. You can do donations at Venmo, Candlepins number 4 at cancer.com. And what a shot for a spare for Barnes. And Lawless comes right back, but look at this leave, 7-9-10, my goodness. Austin's first mark for either side, 18 of the ball through 2 here in the first. Nate 17 through 2, that ties the string, 35. Actually, it's 36-35. 1-pin lead for Lafayette minus the ball. Welcome, Greg Gouillart.
Thank you very much, Paul. Week 21 of 35, so we're basically nearing the end of the second cycle here of the round robin.
And next weekend we get a timeout. We got a Mike Doss concert, legendary, a very young guitarist from England. We got a concert next Friday night, so General Brian Patton, his son Alex Patton, will have the Stream in the Rig next Friday night at Central 1. He'll be hosting Metro at Central 1 next Friday night with Alex Patton and the General Brian Patton, father-son combination next Friday night, 7:30 on Cazenave Bowling Network on YouTube. Both teams in the playoffs. Dave Godwin, red hot the last 2 weeks. How about a 3-1 through his first 2 weeks ago? And up with a 4-15. He had a 4-1 last Friday night. Good to see him healthy again.
To say the least.
And look at this shot. He got it! Wow, what a shot for a spare. Justin Lyonnais, JT, almost gave it a ride. Couldn't get to the 7. He's the 3 seed next weekend, the Kansas Top 5 live show at Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass.
Looks fair to me. It was close to the channel wood as we get another look at Godwin's spare shot here on the 3 and 2.
He called it a 9.
Okay.
But what a shot to start Godwin's match. Red hot of late. It's good to see. And if he gets dangerous like that, watch out, folks. They won it 2 years ago. Central 3 hits tonight, taking on Academy 1. Won it last year. They're the number 1 seed right now. Godwin steals 8. The 6 goes into 3. 18 through 1 on the first of 3. The captain for Academy 2 on lane 4. Lane 3 is Justin Lyonnais, 1-3-6-10 for Horseman Right. We appreciate comments in the stream. Any issues with audio and video, please let us know.
I'm watching chat.
Godwin, he got it. Spare. Back to back. What a start. 28 in the ball through 2. JT way outside.
Got to make pin cam bigger. Nico's right about that.
Justin Thomas, JT, Justin Lyonnais a 9, 19 through 2. Academy has the lead right now, 63-54. Dave Godwin is back in business this year.
Why does it keep doing that? That does nobody any good.
Dave has a high single at 235. I call Mr. 235. Here's our 4th ball. Is Joe Smith, the captain of the Filming Academy World's team, will be in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada in November this year. Hopefully Greg, myself again, maybe Bob Lee.
Here's hoping.
Chris Cazenave, call him Kaz, the Kaz man. The bucket plus the 10. Smith, spare. All of a sudden, Academy's putting on the marks. They've got 4 in a row combined. Kaz slides it over, it leads up to 7 and the 8. And he'll take an 8 blocks.
Okay. While scuttling off for a step ladder to see the action better. Great to see you all here on Candlepin Bowling Network. Please like that video by hitting that thumbs up button so that more people can see it. Thank you very much. Smith gets 7 on that spare fill. Cazenave, a 7 on his. Smith off target on the 3-pinner here. I'll tell you, Chris Cazenave's been a story we haven't been able to feature a lot here on Candlepin Bowling Network. His average right now, 119, and it has topped out 120, and he gets a spare here. Smith still can't get to that 3, unfortunately. The 3-pinner, excuse me. So it will be 24 through 2. 14-pin advantage for Academy 2. That's basically a couple of spares worth. As we go to the anchor bowlers, the 5th of 5, Sean Landry and Tim Jalbert. Tim Jalbert currently with a 116 average. That's calculated by road average so that it evens out across the houses. He's got 7 pins down, and Landry has a great shot here with a 3-6.
I'm on the perch. I got the ladder here at Academy. It's pouring outside. Didn't bring my ladder in, so I borrowed theirs tonight.
Yeah, it's going to turn to freezing rain or something like that.
Yep. Watch your step out there tonight. Slick on the highways.
You know what they say, if you don't like the weather. Okay, 49 of the 50 states, save California, have that saying. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
Spare.
And if you don't like the leave in this game, wait 5 seconds.
Sean Landry, good start, 10 on the ball. Jim and Jalbert, Tim Jim and Jalbert. Where do you get the nickname from, I wonder? 9 through 1. 13-pin lead. A Baker's dozen lead for Academy 2. The 3 seed leads the 10 seed early in the first of 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Close to 1,700 videos now and climbing. Never a charge. Semi-pro to pro action, including Class A to F in the ACST as well. Maine states, New Hampshire states, Mass states. Money matches, you name it, you got it. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube, free to subscribe.
Like a utopian society, class is only temporary.
Landry skips 6, 1-3-8, wiggling 10 right, 16 through 1 to start his match.
So with that extra spare up, Lafayette really is tied through the first 2.
Jalbert off the mark. Landry is not. Oh, I thought he had the one, just missed it by a smidge.
By a board.
Royalty fees for Greg Gouillart every time I say smidge. Outside for Jalbert, 8, 17 through 2. We'll get an update from Greg every 2 boxes. Sean Landry right on for a 10, 26 through 2. Top of the order, update from Greg Gouillart.
Let's take a look here. Full scoreboard you see at 5 pins up for Academy 2 in the early going. So Lafayette comes in 10th place right here. They're currently 18 points out of the picture, but they had a good week last week, if memory serves. No, check that. They only took 2 points, but if they get a good showing here, they could still shake up the standings and climb their way up. They are still very much in the playoff picture at this early stage.
And they won it 3 seasons ago as a 7th seed. Get in.
Under a former
you
name.
Can win. Yep. There's Academy 3 back then. Lescarbeau picks up for a spare. How about that one? 29 the ball through 3. It's out of Butwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire. Home of the Candlepins for Cancerolis in March. And look at this shot, almost. Jimbo couldn't get the 4 to collapse.
There's a reason it's Dave Chesterco's favorite. It's so pretty when it all collapses like that.
Candlepins number 4. Can't now come to donate a bowl of the Butwell's Rollouts in March. Live show May 3rd. All matches streamed on Candlepin Bowling Network and YouTube. 10, 26, make it 27 through 3.
And we'll get another look at that Lescarbeau spare here. Watching how he just delicately puts it to one side of the head pin on the right side of it, and the 4 tips into the 8.
They fix that scoreboard. It's corrected now. He has John on the ball. Bombs away, baby! Strike! Crushed it!
And what a time.
39 through 3, 49 plus 2 through 4. Jimbo drills 9. Leaves up to 10. Jimbo, 6-time Pro Series champion, 2-time Pro Bowl of the Year, 205 high single, averaging 122, 128, his best season-ending average for an entire year. A July 5th birthday boy. Oh, he missed it by I can't say smidge again. I'll have to pay you again. I bribed. I give you a sky bar instead.
Well, remember, they only give you 3 times.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And you're going to get your first time on this one. That's
I'm not. You say it, Greg. I'm not going to say it. You say it.
That's a Paul Grant special.
What does that mean?
Miss the second, make the third. Never a
I
good
didn't
time
say
for
it,
that one.
I didn't say it, Bob Lee.
You didn't say it. That's 1-0 to me.
Bob Lee's doing a tracker 3 and out.
That's 1-0 to Gregory, and it's a strike on spare for John Lescarbeau, 108 road average. That's good to see him starting strong.
You know, some baseball say a home run the same way. They hit 10 home runs, they see it at the same time 10 times in a row. Why limit to 3?
I could go without hearing Michael Kay say, see ya!
Oh, I can't stand John Sterling. Because of the Yankees. The Yankees, that's why.
Yankees lose.
I know. I want to say the Yankees lose. The Yankees lose. The Yankees lose.
Yeah. Barnes
just saying.
Barnes is on a spare, excuse me. He gets a 4 fill there.
I get it on my system now. I feel better now.
We welcome our viewers from all over, we promise.
If it was a Red Sox fan, I'd say okay.
Just our regional bias.
Just a little bit. Here's Austin Barnes in the 3-2 split. He goes middle left. 2-finger lead right now for Lafayette Lanes on the right. Trying to get an upset here tonight and get close to the top 8 of 12 to make the playoffs. Nice 10 there. From that Lawless, Barnes gets Nate. After the spare 5, now 23 through 2, 31 through 3, Matt. And it's a 9, an 8, and a 10. Would love a mark to get that Yahtzee small straight out of order. 30 points in Yahtzee. I hate when you play Yahtzee and the last play of the round, you can't get a small straight, you get a 0 on a small straight. It's like, give me a break. That's a crime.
That's a skill issue.
I know.
Lawless has a possible full house, 3 of one side, 2 of the other. And Barnes takes out 3 of a kind.
Greg will be calling the second string tonight. Lawless, less than 2 and a 3, got the 1, missed the object, pinned the 2. 3, 6, 10 on the right here in the first of 3.
More pins for the pin you cut across the mix through. At least that's my understanding of it.
Barnes for a spare. Looks good. Can't quite reach the 7. Good effort, falls short. Earlier today in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class F Northern Conference, Mario Mena made a crazy one. He hit the 6 pin, I believe. The wood spun back. Hit the 2 and the 5 for an improbable spare.
Yeah. Now, a third ball gets away from Matt on this one, so Barnes has a chance to gain 4 on this box.
So, Nick, if you're listening, make that a highlight reel on that match earlier today in the end of the first string. Barnes right on for a 10. Promising future, this guy. 41 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network. And a tough 6 for Lawless. Matt, 33 through 4. Update from Greg.
2 pins up for Academy 2 right now. Barnes has had a tough season, a 110 road average. I mean, hey, 110 is pro tier, but in this league, that's below average.
They should have won the official scoreboard. I wonder if the scoreboard's haunted. Greg's usually right about the scores.
Dave Godwin, we'll see about that.
He's on a spare, second spare to start the match. Justin Lyonnais trying to get his first mark, 6. 19 his first 2. Here's Mr. 235, Dave Godwin on the cross. So look at this one. Strange lead. What the heck? A 4 fill. 32 through 2. JT, all but number 1.
See the head's getting in the way of the pin cam. I'm not sure I'll be able to compensate for that, but we'll see.
Godwin just missed the target, which is the 3. Strange leave. JT, nice pinning at 10. 29 through 3 without a mark. 31 years young from Amesbury, Mass. His whole life. Godwin, a rare 7. 39 through 3.
Let's take a look at the contact from Godwin. And you see, it just catches too little of that head pin, and that's why the ball, which of course weighs less than the pins, the old chestnut candle pin, it just glances away and doesn't really drive through.
Dave Godwin, 35 years young. Methuen, Mass. Originally Haverhill, Mass. Bordering town. Booked that 235 high single at the old Park Place Lanes in Windham, New Hampshire, near the Salem, New Hampshire border. A lot of people think it was in Salem. It was actually in Windham, New Hampshire. JT light hit there. Godwin with 5 himself. JT dealing with the 1, 2, 7, 9, 10 in the 4th box, first string for the 3rd bowlers. JT had a 589 in the Campbell's against Rolls, then came back with a 604 to get the number 3 seed next Saturday. Goes left. Godwin, beautiful shot. Oh, wow. How could the 8 go over? The 6 does not. JT, object pin for 9, 38 through 4.
JT is another one of those bowlers that seems to be getting stronger with time, and you wonder how much more he'll rise up the ranks as well.
Godwin at 10, solid start, 52 through 4. Here come the 4th bowlers. Joe Smith now on lane 3 for Academy 2, the 3 seed.
So if Godwin, they gave him a 10 box in that 3rd one. Okay. He's up to 52 through 4 in that case.
I thought it was a 9, wasn't it?
No, that would have been a 7 even. I think it was hold on. Okay. Ball's going to go actually into the well. He bravely goes to discuss that 3rd box with them. Chris Cazenave with a 1-3. Well, I thought it was a 7, but yeah. 1-3. And then Joe Smith with a 3-5-10. Cazenave can't get it to go, but he's still 26 through 2. No dice on the split either for Smith. 10 for Cazenave, excuse me. 8 for Smith. Joe Smith had a lot of 400s last season. Had a good last week's match as well, if I recall correctly. His score, I don't recall the exact score, said the commentator, but Joe Smith had a 371 last week. Dave Godwin with that 401 we just mentioned, and Tim Jalbert with a 380. That was here at Academy.
Kaz trying to lean the 8 tick-tock into the 7. Won't go, but decent wood to help for a spare, especially a split. Joe Smith, beautiful textbook pocket shot. Sweeps down a couple of more. The 5 goes to the 4. Now rearrange 2, 7, 8.
Right.
Head pin it with the split.
Raising this camera a little more to try and...
Oh, what a shot for a spare for Kaz. Mark it down, as Mark Hollywood Smith would say. 46 in the ball through 4 for Lafayette Lanes. Smith, spare. 42 in the ball through 4. On the board for the 2nd time. Hit a spare 7 in the 1st. Anchors away. Sean Landry for Lafayette on the right. Tim, Jim, and Jalbert on the left.
So Godwin does get downgraded to so it's 192, 186. You now see it all there. Dave Godwin 49 through 4.
Update from Greg after these 2 boxes. As always, top of the order. Greg, looking forward to next week from Saturday, February 8th at Riverwalk, the Top 5 live show, 10 a.m. start.
Yeah, Candlepins for Cancer back in action with an open ladder.
Great ladder. Skipping 10, strike! Skip lob strike. You don't see it too often.
Apart from last week with Josh Daly, yes, that was a skip lob.
Used to be illegal back in the day. Now it's official. We hit this foul line usually, typically, not always. As long as it bounces for that 10-foot lob line, it's okay. Jalbert has a chance here, and he got it. His first mark of the match, 27 the ball through 3. Landry.
Follow the bouncing ball. Landry hits that off the foul line. It's made of rubber. And when it gets to the other end, destruction results.
Perfect game in Candlepin bowling. 10 spares and strikes. He has it so far. Spare 6, 10 strike. 36 plus 2 in lane 4.
A modest but important definition.
Another good ball there. Slide 7, 3, 7, 8, but decent wood to the left of the 6 right now. 6, 7, 8, should say. 6, 7, 8. Let's see if we can pull it off. As Jim and Jalbert has 7 in his fill. Oh, wrong side of the wood. Almost pulled it off, though. Tim doubles the score from 17 to 2 to 34 through 3. 9 fill for Landry, 45 through 3. Jalbert, oh, the 7 doesn't go somehow. Keeps it on for a 10. Let's get an update from the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
All right, so 10 for Jalbert, picking up 1 pin there, and we take a look here. John Lescarbeau strike on spare, giving Lafayette a 5-pin plus 1 strike advantage at this stage. I show the lead is 7. I'll confirm what's going on here. Landry given a looks like he had a 16, 26. Trying to do mental math here. Landry on a strike. I missed that piece, so there we go. That's confirmed. Lescarbeau, not a good start to the strike bill, but still time here. Ayotte denied by that 7-pin. John Strikeville on the head pin gets robbed. 2 full on it. The fill is 6.
I call it a sniper shot. Good start, 61.5. Correction, 55 through 4 make it. Jimbo Ayotte just missed right for 9, 46 through 5, looking for his first mark of the match. John Aguirre 6, 61.5.
Ten pins up here. Pinning is still 2 in Lafayette's favor despite that 6 box. Keep an eye on that 3rd ball. It has been known to swing many a string.
The New England Knockouts on Canada Corner YouTube tonight, 8:30 with Jordan Britton. Joe Corbett in the house with Mike Imparato, I believe, in that match. Full post for Ayotte. Lescarbeau drops the 7. He's got the 1, 2, and the 8 behind the 2. That's right, him and Scott Douglas it is. Joe Corbett, Scott Douglas, Twister. Ayotte with a lumberyard of wood for a spare. He got it. Right down the middle. On the board, 56 to 6. Lescarbeau right back with a spare of his own. His 3rd mark, 68 in the ball, make it 71. 71 on the ball through 6.
We can see both spares here.
Lafayette testing the number 3 seed, Academy 2, by 10 right now, 242 to 232. The mark situation is 2 to 2, all spares. And both 1st and 4. 1st and 4th balls on the mark. Here's Austin Barnes. The 2nd ball, though, drops 4. 41 is first 4. Matt Lawless crossing over 9. The king is the 5. Wood in front. 1 to the left of the 5 behind. Almost like a V-shaped wood angled. Just 33 is first 4. Barnes, the wiggle, the 1, 8, 9. Lawless robbed.
Is my memory correct, or was Matt Lawless on maybe Metro Bowl at one point in time? I'm trying to remember.
I believe so, yes.
I certainly remember meeting him there, if I'm thinking of the right gentleman.
And Matt missed the 2nd, made the 3rd, the Paul Grant special. First time I said it, Bob Lee. Greg said the other one, 1 to 1. Just saying. 10, 43, disappointing start, but sometimes not how you start, it's how you finish. Austin now in Londonderry, New Hampshire, reaching Methuen, Mass. Beautiful ball, but splitting 3 right, 4 left. Decent wood as he nudges the 3. Triangle right, 3 middle, 5 left, 6 right for Matt Lawless for Lafayette. Matt, 36 years young. For a spare, no. 2 robs in a row. Marblehead, Massachusetts, from Lynn, Mass. Originally, next to Salem, Mass. Both towns. 116 career high average for a season. Barnes a 10, 59 through 6. Matt, a tough start. 9, 52 through 6. Middle bowl is Dave Godwin, Mr. 235. A spare 8, a spare 4 to start. Sinston a 7 and a 10 at 49. Justin Lyonnais, 2 10s, 2 9s.
Yep. So 7 marks out of 24 for each side right here. So about a third of the time. That's actually a pretty good mark ratio all told.
A 120 league bowler averages 3.1 spares, a string, 0.9 strikes. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network.
Which conveniently adds up to 4.0. To the sig fig and everything. Significant figure, you know.
I'm just glad it's not square roots.
I'm glad I paid attention to high school chemistry.
Godwin, beautiful ball for a strike. Yes! What a difference the last 3 weeks for Mr. 235. JT drills 9. Godwin 59 after the thunderous strike, and JT a stolen strike. Throw the flag, delay a game. Gets a laugh out of that one. 48 on the board, plus 2 through 5. What a crazy game.
Sorry, JT, too late for the highlight reel on this one. But no time limit in Candlepin. JT, Lyonnais, and Dave Godwin.
For time constraint, that strike is too lazy. It takes too long in the Nico highlight reel.
Keep digging.
I love your laugh. Godwin trying to double it up. Oh, good try. 5 middle, 8 to the left on a strike.
It really is a Crash Bandicoot laugh, isn't it?
JT looking for a thunderous double strike this time. Rolls 6, maybe 7, maybe 8. Gets a break.
Hold on.
Coming back for the 1 and the 3.
Hold
There
on.
goes the 1. What about the 3? Godwin off the wall. Yes! Wow! What a shot for a spare on strike. Deep sigh of relief. 69 halves, 79 on the ball through 6. Wow!
Just like Paul Grant's special utterances are 1-to-1.
JT, bang! Spare on strike. 58 halves, 68 the ball through 6.
Strikes.
9s and 10s lead the marks.
Strike spares are 1-to-1. Slow moving shots are 1-to-1.
And if Dave Godwin bowls like this, watch out, folks. A serious threat to get their second title in 3 years.
Godwin, a 2-time international champion with 2 different teams. Lucky strike, and I said it wrong. It got corrected by a eagle-eared viewer, I suppose. USA East, not Team USA.
Kaz with 8, 5 in the 8. Tough one for Smith, the setback without Wood. On lane 4 at Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Oh, what a try off the wall, right behind the king. Kaz the Wood, goes, spare. A spare 8, 54 through 4, 64 and a ball through 5. Smith a 10. After a spare 7, 49 through 4, 59 half.
I promise you, this Lafayette squad is 10th out of 12 in the league, but they're not bowling like it right now. 3 marks now for Chris Cazenave, leading the way, always routinely one of the higher averages.
Tony Levesque on the TikTok for their home matches at Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. He's on the TikTok. Check out Tony Levesque on TikTok under the Magic Man. When we got that nickname from. Joe Smith back in the pocket, 5 in the 10 this time. Give him a break. Kaz, ball the bonus, powers 7, 8, wobbling 2, can't get to the 4.
Third 8 fill for Kaz now.
Crazy 8s, 8 box to start. 72 half, Smith just inside the 5. Lafayette has come to play tonight. Kaz for another one, right on. 82 and a ball through 6, spectacular. Smith doinks it for an 8, 67 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
This is great. So now 2 extra strikes for Lafayette, making the difference here. Remember that extra mark as well. Also generating some pinning advantage. They've knocked down 5 more literal pins, so that's part of that 22 pin advantage, plus spare you see on your screen.
Chris had a 577 qualifier at Riverwalk Lanes last weekend for the final 2 rounds and ended up being not in the top 5, but he was right there at 5th going the final 2 rounds last Sunday. Tim Jammin, Jalbert, 4-4-4, 44 through 4, drops 5. Sean Landry, great start. 54 through 4, 1-3-7-8. Jalbert missed number 1. No rebate. Rebate. Landry missed number 1. Jalbert at 10, 54 half. Lafayette has a double-digit lead. Landry a 7, 61 half.
So a 3-pin pickup there, and I understand there's another Candlepins for Cancer event, the Bliss Bowl.
Yes, that's tomorrow. I was going to say that.
Which edition are we on, the 2nd, 3rd?
That's the 4th one, actually. The 2nd one I've done. He actually beat Tim Douglas the first time by handicap. A shocker.
That's how vocal Brian
Actually,
is.
no, the third one I've done, actually. The third one, because the other one was with Craig Holbrook. Craig Holbrook hit a bowl without the head pin. And look at this shot, 9. He's feeling it tonight.
No, in all seriousness, yes, Brian's a silly trash talker, but on the other hand, putting on these great events for Candlepins for Cancer, usually $100 at a time out of his own pocket.
Good be there by Jalbert. We'll talk about that more in a moment after your update. That's tomorrow, 12 noon, February 1st, 2025 on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. Good to see some of the lower-class bowlers getting some love. 5-string format. Jalbert back-to-back 10, 64 through 6.
There's joy at all levels of bowling. That's the point of Candlepin Bowling Network.
Landry 9, 70 through 6. Update from Greg Gouillart, top of the order.
Here you are. 18 pins I show it as. They show it as 19. We'll have to confirm that real quick. Right now for Lafayette, Lescarbeau 3 marks, Cazenave 4. JT Lyonnais, Sean Landry 2 each. Matt Lawless no spares yet, but Dave Godwin trying to will Academy 2. It's the captains really leading by example on both sides. Through 6 of 10 boxes in this first string.
John on the bonus. Spread eagle throwing the 9 behind the 3. Tough break. 74 through 6 on the bonus. Jimbo Ayotte check mark left. 5 middle. To the left of the 5, the 2, the 4, the 7. That's on a fill of 6. 62 through 6. John, object pin. Won't carry much. 2, 4, 7, 9, 10.
Seeing a lot of these check marks here. You got to hit the pocket full here at Academy. If you're too thin on it, you're going to leave 2 pins and 3 pins and complicate your leave, even though it sure beats a spread eagle.
Lescarbeau good out for an 8. 82 through 7, the first of 3 strings. Nice 10. He outgains a couple back, 72 through 7.
Ayotte only has 1 spare in this string as we take this one off the board, but 72 through 7, he's got his last 4 head pins, so worth keeping in mind that he is heating up on the first ball.
His 205 high single, also a high triple of 473, a high 5, 733 for Jimbo Ayotte. Over 30 years of Candlepin bowling, his grandparents were bowlers also. John with 4 and 1. Ayotte 2 in the 10, 2 pieces in front, a couple behind. Chance for a spare.
John's trousers game is routinely on point.
You know, growing up that was considered indecent exposure. Now it's acceptable. He wears onesies sometimes too.
Love it. It's like Norwegian
Halloween.
It's like Norwegian curling. Perfect.
At Bubbles for Halloween, he dressed up in onesies. He didn't pull a zipper down at the top. That's good. So he didn't show off his body. Luckily, nice spare for Ayotte. 87 the ball through 8. Lescarbeau a 9, 91 through 8. Let's get a quick update from Greg Gouillart. It's close here in the first.
We'll take a look here. So 12 pin advantage right now, 363 to 351. All scores should be confirmed as you see them here. As we move on down to Matt Lawless and Austin Barnes. That 2 spot could be an X factor here. 2 bowlers struggling in the early going. Still time to make a difference.
Matt Lawless just skipping left for 7. 1-3-6 opportunity. 52 through 6 coming in. Austin Barnes on the head pin. 4 left, 3-6-10 right. He's at 59, his first 6.
Yeah, I can't move that pin cam up. I'm sorry. Lawless, meanwhile, had 4 head pins. Has a chance here.
He missed the object, the 1.
But he's sort of a similar story of Ayotte right here where he has the potential to mark.
Just missed outside the 3.
The reason Barnes only has 1 is that he's had 4 splits in this string.
It's based on a head pin hit. For those who don't know, now you know. Lawless at 10, 62 through 7, still seeking his first mark in the first, the 3. Barnes nothing there for an 8, 67 through 7.
Great to see you all out there in chat. Sorry I'm going a million miles an hour right now. I just know we appreciate each and every one of you.
I resemble that comment. Barnes 8, 67 through 7.
Beats the alternative.
14-pin lead for Lafayette on the right. Looking for an upset tonight. A big 8 sweep would be a big upset and help them in the standings. Lawless on the crossover. 9, maybe it is 9. 10-pin holds up. 4 or 5 on the deck. 1 goes away. 3 pieces now. Barnes pushing 9. He leaves up the 9.
And now the 2 spots are heating up, pending the second ball.
Lawless right at the pin. No, hit the wood instead. Wood's never a guarantee. Play the pin. 1 in doubt.
Could have been a miss then again. It was only a board off from the ideal spot, which is the pin.
Barnes goes right at it. Spare. You may call your next witness.
There is
77 of the ball through 8.
Exactly, Paul. That guardrail is there. You think, oh, I can miss it a little bit to the left and it's okay, but play it too high, for example, and it could go off kilter.
That one, the Atlantic Ocean for a 9. 71 through 8. Frustrating start.
You and Bob like your oceans. I saw him calling that ACST match earlier. He's referring to the Pacific Ocean.
Well, I said Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. People can play about channel and gutter.
That's true.
I follow the ICBA rules. The Bible says respect those in authority.
The rule book says gutter, by the way.
ICBA
They can change that if they want.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
They should talk about the rule book. I think it's a great idea.
I went to a meeting last year and they said channel.
Cool.
In Bowling Center, not alley.
I believe you. I believe you. Absolutely.
Just like you don't call a janitor a janitor, you call him a sanitation specialist. Wobbling 6, wobbling 7 to Godwin. 8 fell 87 through 6. JT, what a shot! He swept on the 9, spare! After 6 fills 74 through 6, 84 on the ball through 7. He's got 3 in a row.
Steamroller takes it, and that's key for Lafayette as Godwin's got another decent one here. He's probably has to play this wood. I think the red line's just looking at the 7. This is tough.
He got the rebound for the 6, but not the 7.
My bad. It was a little too high and went in front of it.
JT only 2 pins left in the deck, a pair of 9s. 2 10s now, a strike, spare 8, spare 6 rather than spare. Dave a 10. 97 through 7 in the first.
Yep, there's JT. So he does get this on the 1-2, absolutely. Wood coming off the wall, and that's how that rolling pin takes off the 9.
Greg is his glory on instant replay.
I love instant replay. I love it. I love it. I love it.
We'll have it February 8th. The Campus Kansas Top 5 live show will be on WN Sports Network later on. Thanks to Jonathan Rios. They put on wow shots. Jonathan Rios edits and puts in wow shots also. That was his idea, not mine. I love it. On the WN Sports Television Network, they broadcast.
It's natural.
Godwin trying to get a strike. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Big chance here. The wood settled behind the pin, so he'll have to aim directly at it. JT's got a bit of a tougher shot here.
Picked up the 5, 2-4 in the 10. The fill was 6, 90 through 7. Godwin, tailor-made spare. He's got it. On fire the last 2 weeks plus. 107 the ball in the 8th. JT, nice pinning for a 9. 99 through 8
and
on Candlepin Bowling Network.
And it's a solid string for JT opposite a strike, spare 6, spare 6. He can pin out high 110s.
Fourth ball is coming up here. Past the halfway point of the first of 3. And Chris Cazenave, Casman, 82 in the ball through 6. 4 marks in the string. 3 spare 8s already. Bouncy balls 3.
The other side of a bouncy ball where it just doesn't break the way you want it to.
85 through 6. Joe Smith, 67 through 6, looking for under the mark. Since he has 2, 1 in the first, 1 in the fourth box. Fills a 7 and 7. Kaz diamond in the 10.
I think it hit the foul line again. You want it to contact as much of the wood surface, the wood lane as you can to work like that.
Smith a spare. 7's a wild, 77 through 7. Kaz, nice out. Big, that's a wow 10, a diamond in the 10. That's a tough one.
And there's the third ball. Kaz demonstrating the point as well. He's had all his pins down, only left 2 pins standing in the first. That's it.
95 through 7. Anchor's up next. 19-pin lead for Lafayette on the right.
But 3 spares for Academy. This is a more or less level match, actually.
Wobbling 10 right, wobbling 4 middle in that triangle. 4, 7, 8. Wood to help. Smith, nice ball. Strike on spare. 87 through 7. 97 plus 2 in the 8th. And we got a virtual lead change.
Raucous. Yep, absolutely. Advantage shifts to Academy. Raucous cheer here as Smith had 4 straight splits and now gets that hammer.
Lafayette laboring here, getting late in the first. Have led most of the way. Kaz, good try. Almost the ball, just missed the 10. Thought he had it. $10. 5 over the Century Club already through 8 boxes here in the first of 3. Academy Lanes, Pub 125. Next Friday night, the General, Brian Patton. Alex Patton doing the play-by-play. February 14th position round, more than likely, if it stays the way it is right now, it'll be Exeter hosting at Central 3 or Central 3 at Exeter.
Good to see you all. Thank you, Alicia, for sharing that. We'll keep you in our thoughts, absolutely.
Sean Landry, the anchor bowler with a six-pack. Check his ID. First time, Bob. You keeping track at home? Tim Jalbert, just 5. Sean, 70 through 6, 64 for Jalbert coming in. Way off target there, nothing there. Jalbert, tough shot, almost. The sleeper pin is the 8. Why is a sleeper pin called a sleeper pin when it stands up?
Because the pins never do their job, alas.
Just saying. Shoots the 1 from behind for a 9. And Jalbert gains a pin with a 10.
Interesting point. I imagine that's our executive producer, Bob Lee, on our CBN channel here. But we've got Academy 2 pretty much on their same lineup from their 2023 championship of the Friday Night Pro League. And then Lafayette, more or less the same lineup with the notable notable transfer of Keith Beaupre to Team Metro Bowl. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same equation that this squad won the championship when it was held at Union Street Lanes.
Sean Lee trying to barrel through the 5 and the 9. He does spare. 89 the ball through 8. Jalbert, 1 of the 3, generous lead, missed it. Wood spins around, got the 3, but not the 1. Almost a turnaround spare. A 9. 83 through 8, top of the order, 2 box to go for each of the 5 bowlers before the next 2 strings. Update from Greg Gouillart.
455 to 446. I show a spare up only on Sean Landry's side and 3 marks up for Academy. No, excuse me, that's 4 marks up. I beg your pardon. Ayotte has a spare as well. That's now correct right now. So Academy 2 with quite a sizable advantage, presuming these marks get filled.
Jimbo time, clutch bowler, 1-5-8-9. Seen a lot of these lately. 6 in the fill, 88 through 8, 8's a wild, 8-8-8. Lescarbeau strike.
John Lescarbeau coming up big in this string.
He struggled last year. He's used to bowling 2 boxes at a time in Butwell's for years and years. That bowling center. There's a spare for Ayotte. 98 in the ball in the 9th. Scarborough 101 plus 2 in the 9th. He wasn't used to bowling 2 boxes at a time. He's getting used to it now, and a good start tonight.
As opposed to 5 boxes at a time seen in leagues like the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour and a number of other speed leagues, so-called.
John peaked 1 year at 124 average at Butwell's. Ayotte going right. What's been the post? 103 through 9. Lescarbeau going left for 5.
John got off to a tough start with his first strike, Phil. If he can dial in now, what a difference it would make.
What's the toll-free number? Ayotte, what a shot. Just couldn't get the 7 to go.
The operators are not standing by. It's late.
And when they say operators are standing by, they're sitting down. It should be operators are sitting by. Just one of those things I'd say, you know, if I was on a tour.
And if you cross the Atlantic Ocean, I think stand by means something different. It's like do nothing as opposed to get ready.
Jimbo trying to get to 113.
Yep.
So not his best stuff by his standards. A 9, 112 opening string.
Man, I wish I could be disappointed with a 112.
I know. Scarborough 6.
Second,
113.
Yeah, second time it's been a 6-fill 6 box here, but still a 113 string. What could have been in some respects, but still over average for him and a good start for Lafayette at a leadoff spot.
Tight battle, 1 pin lead for Lafayette, but the marks are against him. 3-1, 2 spares, 1 strike to 1 spare. Austin Barnes for the lead right now. On the bonus, he powers 7, 8. Goal post. 85 through 8, they have the lead. Lawless overdue. 3-5-6 triangle, 45% the going rate. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network without Wood for Class A bowlers. Research by executive producer Bob Lee. Barnes trying to kick it over. What a try. Somehow the 7 goes, the 10 does not. Funny game. Lawless. Oh, missed it. Almost stole it, but missed the object pin, the 3. He's had his chances. Could have had 3. None so far.
some robberies. That one was a bit off balance at the line, I think. I'll have to watch that back.
On to 10, 95 through 9. Lawless a 9. 80 through 9. Would love a big 20, get to 100.
Definitely a question of pins. Now the pinning advantage has swung over to Academy 2, who has knocked down 6 more actual pins. So that third ball accuracy is swinging back and forth here suddenly.
Academy lane's up by 8 plus an extra hit or 2, you could say, a strike versus, and a spare versus a spare. Barnes drills the pocket and collapses 8. 4 in the 10. Lawless looking for a mark. Instant replay, 3, 5, 6, 3 middle pin, 5 left, 6 right. A 2-for-1 special on lane 3.
By the way, 6 splits for Austin Barnes on this string. They'll escape with triple digits at the very least, although this one is more gettable than some. If he can find a way, probably leverage both those front 2 pieces in some fashion with a wild ball deflection.
He's going for the cap, and he wouldn't get the 10. They're rolling back, won't go. Lawless could use it. Lawless gets to the 10th. 90 the ball. Sigh of relief.
For a spare.
That's a good feeling going to the second string, the middle string next. Barnes for a 10. Has it.
And even though it comes very late and you bemoan, oh, it could have been, I could have been like well over 100 by this point. It's a critical mark for the team in orange. Well, salmon shirts at home, actually. They wear 2 different colors.
Focus score by Austin Barnes, stand at 105. 6 blocks to go. The lead is 8 for Academy, 2 hits for each side.
Yeah.
Lawless in the bonus, 7. It cuts it to 1 right now. Down a mark. 97, 17 blocks to end. Not happy with that, but hopefully can build that momentum in the second string.
So 7 pins. Academy 2 has the right of reply now with that extra mark they haven't filled, which Dave Godwin will load up now.
And one of the reasons why Academy is leading right now is this guy, Mr. 235, Dave Godwin, on fire again, looking for his third 400 for the 3rd week in a row. 107 the ball through 8. Justin Lyonnais, JT, 99 through 8, bowling well himself. Godwin on the nose, 8. Push to 6, huge fill. 116 through 8, JT splitting. 3-6, wobbling 10, 2-4 to the left. The Clipwing Eagle, less than the board, 2 into 3. Going for the spare. Yes! 126 in the ball in the 9th. JT a tough one. Went for the 3 instead. JT a 9. 108 through 9. 5 blocks to go. Can Lafayette pull it off? They're down right now by double digits. The lead is 11. 2 marks to 1 for Academy 2.
Weird little glitch in my system. Hopefully that didn't interrupt too much.
Godwin looking for a punishing strike. Has one already. Pounds the head pin and drops 7. 6 won't fall this time. 4-7 left. 133 through 9. JT 1-8-10.
Dave Godwin 9 for 10 on the head pin this string.
It's good to bowl when you're healthy.
Austin Barnes 7 for 10. Jimbo Ayotte 7 for 10. Matt Lawless 7 of 10. Cazenave and Landry have good accuracy as well through their 8.
Can he pull it off? Oh, so close to the 6. Trying to get to 143.
Needed to snap off the wall sooner, but that's a good bit at that.
JT right by the 8. Wouldn't come down for a landing. Tough break.
That's what happens when you get a bowler who spoils us like Godwin. You can nitpick things like that.
A 9, 142 opening string for Dave Godwin. JT a 10, 118 first string, 4 blocks to go. Quick update from Greg Gouillart.
Again, a 118, a perfectly respectable pro-grade string by JT Lyonnais. Guys will hope for the 110s or the 120s. It just gets crushed this time because Dave Godwin is so back, baby.
17 pin lead for Academy 2, a strike and a spare. Strike for Academy. For Joe Smith here, a spare for the Inca Bowl next. Smith 1-2-6-10. Kaz trying to get it marked. Nudges the 3 down. 1 of the 7's got a shot. Smith for a spare and strike. Missed inside. 6 fill. 103 through 8. Not happy with that shot. Very stoic in the lanes. Kaz needs it. Kaz gets it. Spare. They're still alive for 2 points. 1:15 of the ball in the ninth. Smith. Nice 10. That's a Paul Grant special. Miss the second, make the third.
But it could be a good time for that. You still get the 4 pins there.
1:13 through 9.
-2 marks. There absolutely is enough racetrack for Lafayette to run this down.
Josh Daly just drew a double strike in the 9th and 10th box. That first string to our right. We'll get an update in this score.
Taking a look at the high averages now that you.
Well, did he get a triple strike? Did he get a triple strike? We'll find out. Sorry, Greg.
Ho hum, Josh Daly. 5th place right now in averages. Crawford Jr. 4th, 122. Jonathan Boudreau on the injured list will probably stay stuck at 3rd. Justin Waters 127 and Danny Harris almost 130.
Smith the 2 and 8. Kaz, big bonus ball. Use a strike. A double would help. 1-2-4 opportunity for 2 in a row.
It's a good development.
122 through 9. That's the 16 right now. Smith, that's why I hate the half Worcester. And Daly a triple strike, I believe. Was it 4 in a row? We got a 142. We'll find out.
Look, big shot here. Ooh.
Oh, big chance there down the drain.
But still, with Landry on a mark and the pinning difficult for Smith.
And he missed the second, made the third for a 10. 129 string, 2 blocks to go. Academy has the lead by 13. But a fill ball for Chris Kaz to cut the single digits.
Yeah, they have a 131 on the board. We're going to have to confirm that. I have it as 549 to 562. And you can, yeah.
Josh Daly just to a 4-bagger to end the first string of 142. Josh, you sandbagging 82 through 8 and 4 in a row, huh?
Yeah.
What a show off, huh?
No, I'm so excited right now. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I don't blame you for being excited. It's okay.
But,
you sound like me.
Trying to figure out my timing the first 8 boxes, and I was getting it there, and then I finally got the timing right on the 9th, and threw the same ball all I wanted to, and the pins fell for me.
Is that you've how many 4-bag? Is that your first 4-bag? You have 2 of them.
Second 4-bagger.
I thought so. Okay.
My first one was at TPL.
That's a tough place to get it.
Yeah, I'm super ecstatic right now.
I can't understand why.
Yeah, right.
now you know how I feel all the time, right?
Yeah. Also, it's the first time I hit the triple strike since my first year in the pro league, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah. So you can win some money at the end of the year. Also,
Team money.
You're in the pool, right?
Of course. Team money.
Looking good right now for Academy. Up 7. They still have a chance. Lafayette needs a mark. Josh Daly here with us. 142, 4 strikes in a row.
Yeah.
How come you can't do it? We stream you.
I bowled good last week for you guys. Don't worry.
I know.
All right. Well, here you go. I'm going to go back.
We're going to see a position round the 14th of February, Valentine's night.
Yes.
Probably you and Exeter.
Love is in the air. Love is in the air, Paul.
That's right. 5 back of the night, Josh, okay? Josh Daly, 4 strikes in a row. Good for him. What a story. 25 years young. All right.
Critical shot here.
Yes, must make this 2-4 in the 10.
Landry got hosed by parallel pins the first time around.
7-pin lead right now for a spare. He missed it. Academy 2 hangs on for the first 2 points.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Yep, scores confirmed here. 10 for Jalbert, 10 for Landry. There's that shot.
114, disappointing finish. And Lafayette challenged him all the way through. In the end, Academy 2 hangs on. 581 to 574. 2 strings left. And the second string play-by-play.
No intermission here. We're plunging right into it. Great to see you all here. Second string of 3. Academy 2 taking those first 2 points. Remember, it's 2 per string and 2 for total. We'll keep that headset going. Why not? Just adjust the scoreboard here and get set to man this ship all by myself. Big 9-drop strike. Jimbo Ayotte starting strong. Lescarbeau with a chance at that single. He's got it. We'll take another look at that hammer. Action off the wall, and that's how that 4-pin goes. Get that there. This, that. That's better. 7 pins up, 6-10. John picking up right where he left off. He's got the 6-10. Ayotte having some trouble with the strike fills across the board here. We've got 3 6 fills and 2 spare on strikes. Yeah, we can pause for station ID. Hi, this is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. Lescarbeau just got another spare. I'll leave the smudge up. Remember, we're on Facebook and YouTube, depending on the stream. In this case, both places. So please like and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube so that you're always in the know about the latest Candlepin content. Jimbo Ayotte, a good strike continuation here. He's got a 9 fill now. Right as I bemoan the difficulty we've had on the second ball, and he'll stick with that 9 box. So Lafayette was in that string a lot of the way. A huge run. But in the end, a tough go of it for Sean Landry, who had 2 head pin hits in the 9th and the 10th there, as we were acknowledging the giddiness of a certain Josh Daly over there for Central 3. Hard to believe he's only got 2 quadruple strikes, quite frankly. But when you consider still how young his career is, I guess we shouldn't be too surprised. This is Austin Barnes. The 10 pin's going to drop in front of the 9. Good hit, though, if not a strike. Matt Lawless, the 4 horsemen, rips right through the 3 pin. Not far off at all. Getting it in that 1-3 is the idea here. Barnes has a wood pile in front here. We expect him to cover, even though that piece is now drifting away a little bit. By rule, bowlers have to wait for the wood to settle down. And it goes. Spare for Austin Barnes to start his string off. After the 2 he had the last time, and a quality leave to begin, unlike the splits he was dealing with before. He picks up 3 pins immediately. Matt Lawless currently with a 108 road average, just 2 pins short of Austin Barnes to his left. But we can see the potential there. He's just shy of the head pin here. The 8 pin has wood in front of it, so this is gettable as well. Austin, the 5, 6, 7, 10. Goodness gracious, the fill is 6. Must have been an awkward entry angle into the pocket there. That's try. Mr. Caleri, I presume. Hits off the wood, gets sticks on the way. Barnes. Not going to get the spare. So 2 pins for each of them to pick up. 9 for Matt, and we'll see if Barnes can somehow get this for a 10. Good shot anyway, and he gets a 9. Academy 2 currently in 3rd place in the standings right now. They are, and the standings are based on these match points, including the 2 that Academy 2 just picked up for winning that first string. They currently have 113, 8 back of Exeter with 121, and 17 back of Central 3. So Academy 2 is, so to speak, 17 points back of number 1. If Central 3 were to start faltering, and they're showing no signs of it right now, then they could start gaining ground. JT can't get this 310 to work out. 6-8 for Godwin. In that viral clip where he made a 2-1 split, the 4, a 10 if I recall correctly. See, he goes for the cut shot there. He is not tempted by the wood in any way. He just knows it's not helpful, so you have to make it go at the direct shot. Now on the 3rd ball, he'll play the prudent way out. Gets the 10, by the way. Isn't that interesting? Looks back here. We're going to show that one again, you bet. As the ball descends from the heavens and collects that pin from behind. 9 box first 10. JT was featured in the World Singles out of Moncton, New Brunswick, throwing a huge string during the knockout phase. That was quality viewing. As Paul said, we hope to be back in Moncton. At the current moment, it seems to be the only bowling center able to host the Worlds Up in Canada. Kingswood, of course, has hosted it before. I always wonder if the competition never decided to shrink down. You could have other houses involved as well, since there are 24 teams. But you have to have an extra breakdown pair, so to speak, in case the pin setter machinery breaks down on one pair of lanes. You have to be able to adjust for that. Lyonnais picks up 2 pins on that one. And the lead is now 8 for Academy 2 minus a spare, a near tie. Chris Cazenave and Joe Smith. One of the Canadian houses I would very much be interested to see host a big tournament, or at least one that makes it on my admittedly American biased radar, is Bears Road Bolorama. That's an interesting one because they have 24 lanes exactly. So you see where my bias is lying here. I would love to see a tournament where you have, half bowling on the wood lanes and half on the synthetic lanes, because in that respect, it's a half and half house. Chris Cazenave gets the 1-6-7-10 and picks up a spare for Lafayette, and Smith responds with a spare on the 6-10.
The Bliss Bowl, 12 o'clock tomorrow, February 1st, 2025. Trash talking Brian List, we call him Bliss. Lost to Craig Holbrook, 3 strings with Craig Holbrook bowled without a head pin last summer. Now he wants to build Andrew Ivanoskis, a Campus Cancer fundraising event. Loser pays $100, and he has to buy me a chocolate chip cookie pizza.
Strike Kaz!
Big time Campus Cancer. Someone gets a mark, it seems like.
Yeah, that was all you, Paul. You did this.
Of course I did. Just saying.
Joe Smith with the 19 box to start out.
That's 12 noon tomorrow on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Should be good. So if you're streaming it presumably on YouTube alone on Candlepin
Yes.
Bowling Network, we like streaming on YouTube. Don't tell Meta I said that, please.
Well, it's high definition. You can do instant replay live up to 10 seconds, I believe, Bob said. And Smith got a spare, I believe, while I was yapping away. Oh, he missed it, right?
That should be a...
Okay, it's a spare. They put 9 in the board, it's a spare.
That's what I thought.
All right, sorry. My
Single
fault.
pin.
I distract you, my bad. Back
Single
to
pin
Greg.
pickup. Thank you. Sorry. Now we got that all straightened away. Sean Landry and Tim Jalbert. Sean Landry and Tim Jalbert both have a high single in the Friday Night Pro League this season of 157, as it happens. The highest we've seen is Danny Harrison, 189. Second highest, Dave Godwin, 168. Both washing out pins to begin here for Horseman Landry. Going right to left, spare! The 4 and the 7 go. And somewhat reluctantly, but that's just the pins being difficult for you. Landry starts his string with a spare. That's 3 bowlers on each side who actually got first box marks. Jalbert at 9, we take another look. Just reluctant pin action here. The 4 and the 7 collected by the wood. Goodness gracious. That is the 1, 3, and 9, and Sean is going to get stuck with a 3 count. Tim Jalbert, great count here. He's got a chance at a 10 pin. This would be some spare. Landry cuts it beautifully and gets all but the 6 pin. Jalbert, no sir, on the wood. So 3 pins minus a mark for Lafayette. The old Riverwalk lanes. Oh, my chat refreshed. Y'all were talking about it. 10 box and 10. See some folks chatting away on the Facebook page about it. I'd love to take a look at that, but first, contractual obligations. I got to show you this. It's a 2-pin advantage right now as 18. I'm a pin too high on the Academy side. Barnes only had 24 through 2, and there you see it. 2 marks to 1. Lafayette with the In fact, early lead as Lescarbeau fills it high with 10. And he's got a strike on spare again in this match. 3 straight quality headpin hits for John Lescarbeau. Jimbo Ayotte, triangle 6. He can't get it with the 10 pin, foiling him. Another big momentum swing. The bugaboo for Lescarbeau in the last string with the 6-fill 6-box combinations. If he can work that out of the rhythm, maybe get a strike sandwich, get another spare in the process here. Maybe, just maybe, it could be a different story for Lafayette. A 7-pin victory that decided the first 2 match points for Academy 2, in 3rd place right now in the standings. Exeter Lanes currently hosting Central 1. No pushovers either. Ayotte into the 3-pin. It's the high-low jack, the 1-7-10. Lescarbeau tips the 8-pin. And he's got a spareable one for sure. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Bunch of jokers on the deck, as King of the Palace would describe Ayotte's situation there. He's into it. Not going to get anything to drop. John ripping sticks away. The fill is 9. The spare is missed. But already a great follow-up. Ayotte's box is 9. And Lescarbeau picks a pin there. 67 through 4 already for John Lescarbeau, 46 through 4 for Jim Ayotte. Over to Matt Lawless and Austin Barnes. I mentioned that second slot comparison. 2 spares to 1. That extra mark Barnes got on Lawless. Barnes beat him by 8 pins. Academy 2 won by 7 pins. Could this be the key comparison again? Barnes has a 3-1 split with parallel pins. Lawless that good old 6-pack. Barnes 3 headpin hits in the first 3. Trying to leverage the wood, but it was aimed too far back. Lawless rips in there, gets 4 of them. Wood's coming back and it's going to swivel around, making this a tenable lead for the 3rd ball. Barnes has 1, 2, 2, 4, 7. Just 2, that's fine. 9s are fine. 33 through 3. There's the 10. Lawless 26 through 3. Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. 44, formerly 48 lanes across 3 very distinct rooms, we call them. This is the red room based on the red masking unit you can somewhat see amid all the streaming paraphernalia graphics here. A blue center room, which hosts a lot of the world-class tournaments, but also globe bowling all at once and all very well. And a green room over to the side, nearest pub, 125. Great refreshments. And whatever else tickles your fancy. I know the garlic cheesy bread, don't get it twisted, not the word order certainly, was quite good here. 4 horsemen, not for Barnes as the wood pirouettes out. Matt Lawless on the half Worcester. Chisels out the other side now. 7-pin will drop, that helps. But 3 Lonely Islands is...
He's got a small high-low jack, the 146.
6-10, and the Barnes gets this one for a 10 box. Let's see. Nope. We'll have to let the pin sweep take care of that one. I think Channel 5 could have given away a lot more money if that was the jackpot shot, I tell you what. Maybe someone suggested that on one of those postcards, but they cast it to the side because they forgot to put a guess in for the sum of the bowler's triples. On the data, they hoped their postcard would be drawn. Justin Lyonnais and Dave Godwin. Dave Godwin, if you missed it, a 142 previous string, coming off of 2 400-plus performances after the well-known injury bug by this point. A delay here for Deadwood on lane 5 in the other match. Central 3 versus Academy 1. Brad Gouillart here on Candlepin Bowling Network for the Friday Night Pro League, a 35-week regular season, followed by playoffs. Most of the prize money and standings prestige determined by regular season performance, 35 weeks being more than the few playoff matches. But the top 8 of 12 teams will make it to the playoffs and be seeded accordingly for these 3-string knockout events. Godwin 1-6, got it. Great spare, 27 through 3. JT only gets the 1-7. 6 marks to 5. Lafayette has more marks right now. Goodness gracious, is that 4-pin going to wilt or what? I am in disbelief. We're going to have to take another look at that. It just, the replay buffer didn't really get much of it, I'm afraid, but it was just going this way and that and feathering it from behind and forward. And that's that. Dave Godwin, spare fill, is 6 for Horseman. Mirror image for Lyonnais. Ten pins up for Lafayette. Close match as well. We could have all 4 points on the line going into the final string. Dave can't power through. JT, same thing. Got to really get on that inner pocket there. Trying to take the 4 horsemen from the outside is possible, but much more difficult. But a couple of glancing blows, and Godwin does take it out for 10. Lyonnais good out likewise for his 10. Not sure there's such a thing as a split 5-pin and Candlepin house. I see y'all discussing it over there. That'd be an interesting thought if that were, feasible in the real world out there. Capital and political will included, well, by the owners that be. A couple of tough split for Smith. Kaz looking to load the strike. Look how that's just the 1 and the 9 ripped away. And now he's got the 2, 3, 5, 6, 10. Pin that. And he gets another object pin here, at least matching the 7-box opposite by Smith. Dave Godwin's captain of this team, but Joe Smith, the world's captain, as we mentioned as well. Saw his niece Sammy Smith in our recent mixed-up graduates event featuring Academy Youth Bowlers, but that broadcast out of Bowlerama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Smith, the 4-10. He's got wood and he spares. Shoots it across. Red line was looking right at it, and Smith plays it perfectly. Chris Cazenave, a near 120 average bowler in the Friday Night Pro League, gets his 10-box, third time lucky, and he'll have to settle for 52 after his spare strike beginning. 11 pins up for Lafayette minus a spare now. So another back and forth match here. 6 marks to 6, pinning exactly even. Both sides have left 13 pins standing. Sean Landry and Tim Jalbert. Tim's only got 1 spare so far. Tim only had 1 quality head pin hit here and 3 splits. The rest are off target on the head pin. Now he's found the range and he's got the 3-5. 2, 4, 5, 10 for Landry. And a thin hit again. Most pins don't go just because you hit them. Landry rang around the 5-pin. Goodness, the 2, 4, 10 goes. How do you like that? And Sean will take 10. He's again off to a pin-perfect start here through 3. Despite a couple of splits. I tell you, take out the 139 on a spare. That was a tough development there. Lafayette could have been up by 14 instead of 11. In a match that's clearly just staying tight throughout. We'll see. Also going at a great pace as well. 136 for Horseman. Alas, money stops us from a lot of things, doesn't it, folks? The head pin is what's stopping Jalbert on this one. Landry spares, 136. 43 and a ball. Gaining 2 pins immediately. As we take a look at how this goes. Just in unison right there. Plant that ball in the 1-3 pocket. It's as simple as that. We take a look at the scores through 4. 13 pin advantage. It's actually 12 right now for Lafayette at the moment. No, it is 13, excuse me. That was confirmed in the end. So the scores are official. Yeah, whoopsie daisy. Don't tell Paul. The 6 pin taken out on the first ball. Candlepins for Cancer, we mention it all the time, but a 501c3 charity. Bowlers helping bowlers. With the cost of candlepin, that was great candlepin bowling right there as a 7-10 goes for Lescarbeau. With the cost of cancer treatments in effect. Great way to help the community, and if you want to help out as well, go to candlepins4cancer.com. That's candlepins4cancer.com, and also to find out about the upcoming shows. Ayotte gets 10, and now we get to take another look at this 7-10 split for Lescarbeau, making his 4th mark. Plays on that diagonal wood, and you see the ball sends the wood over, propelling it over into the 7 pin. John Lescarbeau filling his 4th mark, a 4-mark half. 1 tips, 7 fill. 3-7-8. And a chance for the circus act to continue if he can send this wood over. Again, Lescarbeau, south of a 110 average right now. Well mentioned, acclimating to 2 box at a time bowling is tough for him. He gets the 8 pin to go. 7 drops as well. Lescarbeau spares his 5th and 6 boxes. And it's got a chance to match to the 4-7 and does. Incredible. And look how long this takes. So the wood does glance off both the 7 and 8 in the end, and eventually the 7 pin is coerced and drops down. An incredible showing here, 34 over his box, assuming 10 a box is a par pace. So he could pin out a 134 even if he blows the spare fill. Matt Lawless, 6-pack. Austin Barnes only missed a head pin in the last box. He's got the 3-6-10, and wood sits right in front and angles nicely. As long as it doesn't trip on that other piece, I think it'd be better off getting out of there. Lawless almost on the 10 pin, but Matt can't get the plank to push in. Barnes spares his 2nd off the string. Lawless collects his 10 pin. That was a simple one. So 43 pins. Not looking to dial in here, but the team around him doing well. 20 pins up, minus a spare, and in the match, just a mark less. Only a 7-pin defeat in that first string. 2 points they'd have loved to have. Four Horsemen, 4 and 8 for Barnes, and it's only a 4 fill. Not the way Academy was hoping to get back into this. That puts a bid on this. That was the thanks he gets for hitting the head pin. 43 at the half. Barnes, good second ball. He'll get sticks at least, challenging Matt on this one. Lawless trying to chip that 2-pin across. He'll get a 7, giving Barnes a chance to gain 3 more. I mentioned that 2-spot comparison. Being just about the same margin of victory as Barnes takes a 9. Barnes won by 8, Academy 2 won by 7. How will it go this time around? Over to JT Lyonnais and Dave Godwin. For more recaps of Friday Night Pro League standings, don't forget to check out our friends over at AlleyChat. That's alleychat.net, not .com, alleychat.net for Kyle Bruce's weekly recaps and access to the very same spreadsheets that the bowlers have as well. All the information on those spreadsheets faithfully preserved. And you can see the standings and the statistics that Secretary Mike Machichi puts together, reshared for your viewing pleasure at alleychat.net. JT picks up the 9-pin drop, covering nicely for his spare. Godwin has the 1-7 and Wood in the middle. Just missed the head pin this time. Ball's coming back, but will get swallowed up by the left gutter. We had a poll last week. Gutter won out. Though that said, I know other sports view it differently. Other forms of bowling view it differently as well. But it's a question of how do the bowlers want to present themselves and how do the proprietors want to present themselves. Two very interesting questions and always ongoing questions. Indeed, a similar political question in many a sport. JT's fill is 7. As the usual setback plank sits in the gutter this time for the 5-6-10. 2-4-6. We call it the setback because there's that piece of wood on the right. It sets you back, says Corey Smith from Canada, who gave us that leaf name. And that piece of wood on the right side, no matter how enticing it looks, it's always a little bit different of an angle. It just doesn't work. What's the point of it? 2-4-6. It seemed at a Godwin-esque angle the way he's been bowling recently, but this time the pin action just stays contained to the west side. Lyonnais 10. Godwin was featured on the Comcast local, Comcast CN8 show. Remember when CN8 was Channel 3? Goodness. Seems like forever ago, the old Comcast local access channel. He gets a 10 box. Dave's only left 3 pins standing. He had a ridiculous string of perfect boxes as well, but I'll tell you more about that when he comes up next. 21 pins up for Lafayette. That's Chris Cazenave. 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, not his usual self. I believe he had an exact 300 last week as well, so coming off a tough performance, but with a 132 first, we already know the potential is there. Smith's spare fill is 7. Chris escapes with 6 on the second ball anyway. Smith's try. Got it. The 2-pin, I think, took that one out. We'll have to check that. Let's see how blind the commentator is as Kaz takes a 9. And Smith with a 4-mark half. And we see it here. Yes, the wood propelling it into the 2 into the 10. That's how that goes. 4-mark half for Smith against the 4-mark half of Lescarbeau. This is a good match. Kaz lays in there. 10-pin drops. Can't help doing that. Speedometer at the other end of the lane catches him at 34 miles an hour. Smith's spare fill is 9. Sorry to not put the smudge up. You see it there. 76 at the half. Central 3 getting a rise out of whatever happened on lane 6. Kaz's try, has wood. It's good. 3 marks for him in 6. That's a good mark pace in its own right. Smith got it off the cap. 5 marks in 6. Matching, in effect, John Lescarbeau, mark for mark. So, 4 pins in this string in Lafayette's favor. 3 marks to 2, so 4 pins plus a spare. It is the team out of Riverwalk with the advantage at the moment. Riverwalk Lanes and Amesbury have a fantastic 8-lane portal to the past as well. And exquisitely maintained, just like Academy Lanes is. Fewer lanes, but a labor of love all the same. Sean Landry, spare fill of 6. These dastardly diamonds are so tough. They only go about 1 in 4 times. 2-in-1 split. Wood's coming across. Tim Jalbert gets his first spare of the string. 47 and a ball. Good pins for Landry. All the pins, in fact. Spare 3, spare 6, and all the 10s. Waters has 3 strikes in a row. Oh, goodness. So he could tie Josh Daly's 4-bagger. What a night that would be for them. Sean Landry, great drop here. Jalbert's got an 8 fill here. 2 pins only, the margin. Wood settling there. Sean waiting for Brian Fuller Jr. to his right to go. Now he'll take aim. And it's off the front wood, off the tip. Jalbert's missed his object pin altogether. No spare for either. The trouble with end caps, they'll say, without triggering Paul. Sean's still pin perfect through 6. I mentioned a perfect game is 10 spares and strikes. And you see it here. 2 pins will confirm. I saw it as a 10 box for Timmy. If so, it'll be a 2-pin margin here. John Lescarbeau, 5 marks. Joe Smith, 5 marks. And a middle string that is even more tense than the first one. And you are watching it here on Candlepin Bowling Network. A pleasure to have each and every one of you along. And pins crumbling left to right. He's got 8.
Hey, Greg, we got an update here when you get a moment here.
Let me guess, you're going to tell me about Justin Waters.
You got a triple strike, 69.5 plus bonus balls. Josh Daly into the first with 4 strikes in a row.
How about that?
Josh wins the best 4 to 7 series so far. Waters world on fire. We'll see on February 14th, the position round against Exeter more than likely.
Yep, position week in 2 weeks where first hosts second, third hosts fourth, etc. To really shake up the standings.
But Lafayette's given fits to Academy all night long. Lost that first by 7. Test him here in the second. Back to Greg.
Yep. Lescarbeau picking up an extra pin. Here's why this 2-pinner did not go for Ayotte. Take a look here, and it hits the junction. But unfortunately, the pins are just not lined up, and that's the way it goes. 1 pin, that's all. Every mark and now every pin. Both sides have left 17 pins standing in this string. Jim's got 7. John the 2, 5, 7, and 10. Ayotte right now with a 114 average this season. 114.8 in fact. 114.80 in fact. They rounded to 2 decimal places. But a lot of the bowlers prefer to truncate. Really want to earn every pin. That's the mentality. Here in Candleland, nobody calls it that. 3 pins out for Lescarbeau. Just the 2-pin remaining. No mark this time, but an incredible string working. Ayotte takes 10. Lescarbeau has also knocked down all the pins, by the way. 8 boxes, 3 10s, 4 spares, 1 strike. It's over to Barnes and Lawless. Barnes has had a lot of splits and not a lot to look at. He's taken advantage of his opportunities when he has. Lawless has had his opportunities and still the chance to generate more. Austin gets the 5-8-10. Lawless takes out 4, leaves 6. That wood looks angled pretty well. Just make sure you get it on the left side. It's good. Spins a bit on Barnes, but he collects 3 marks. Well, this ball just doesn't drive through all the way. And he's got the Sean Landry special punching out the 1-3-9. 8. A harsh one to be sure when the pins don't give you much to work with, forcing you to throw all 3 balls to pin out 9 or 10. But in general, the deck and the cards you're dealt, so to speak, all balances out in the end. Eight pins and 9 pins, 2 good shots for each. Barnes, a 2-pinner, 6-10. The Easter Classic champion for bowling. An annual 20-string tournament. Yes, 20 games in a single day on Easter Sunday. Every year, Leda Lanes, Nashua, New Hampshire. A storied tournament through the years. And a spare for each side. Matt Lawless is on the board. 68 in a ball. Austin Barnes, 94 in a ball. So again, it's a critical time here. It's never really too late to get that mark until you've bowled your 10th box. Even though Lawless has had a tough evening, that mark in the 10th gave his team a chance. Now he's marked in the 8th. That gives Lafayette a chance, even though they now trail because Austin Barnes has 3 of his last 4. Dave Godwin starting to lose the head pin, but his 1, 7, and 9. Lyonnais 9 drop. Quality look here. Dave slams into the cap and just drives straight back into the 9 pin. Lyonnais' try. Left it out to the left. With his delivery, we'll have to see what may have gone wrong there. Godwin collects 10. That's his 4th straight 10. The ball almost comes out. I believe Lyonnais is somewhat turning the ball over in his hand. So I believe that would be a late release in this case, where it just hangs up just a little bit too long, and therefore JT leaves it a little too far to the left on that one. Dave's 8th box, right down the middle. 3-1 split. The wood's not impossible here, but he'll definitely have to play it this time. The idea is, that will he hit it too flat? Will the action travel to the 10 pin? Yes, it will. Spare. So Godwin having a tougher string than he's been accustomed to recently. Almost gets matched by JT, but Lyonnais leaves the 9 pin. Lyonnais also has not left the pin standing in the 3rd since the 3rd box until now. 9 box. And on an A-plus commentator jinx, 83 through 8. Godwin the same 83, but with a ball in hand. Yeah, no oil on the lanes, or a minimal amount, and certainly nothing anybody's going to slip on. With the ball weight being lesser, it's not necessary for the treatment of even these wood lanes, which everyone wants to preserve. Good question out in chat. Good to see you again. Mr. Beer Reviews, Dickie's Beer Reviews. 5, 9, 10 for Cazenave, 7. Good, the 7 pin goes, and Joe Smith has 6 marks now. Kaz gets robbed on this one. Thought Conjunction Junction was going to function, but unfortunately the 9-pin has to be taken out manually for a 10. Same situation here where the red seat parts, and that's that. 10 pins up. Academy 2 now mounting the advantage. That was a bit harsh on Joe Smith last time, but going north of a 120 average last week, now he's got a 5, maybe 6. It's 5 fill. He's 38 over. Cazenave wobbling 5-pin. And we'll see if the knave can take out the king on this one. Smith off target. Chris has this one. 98 and a ball through 8. Good solid string, his 4th mark. Paul mentioned it earlier about 3 spares and 1 strike for a pro bowler. That's pretty much how you get to that solid 120 thereabouts. Smith takes a 10-box 118 for a superior pro string. 118 through 8. Landry and Jalbert. John Landry has knocked down all his pins to this point. Started with a spare 3 because of that wild 139 punch out he had earlier. That's really the only thing that's gone awfully wrong. Jalbert 6 pins. Landry. That's a walloper. 4-pin. And a strike. It wilted late. It fell down late. Jalbert needs an out, no less. Sean Landry with all the pins knocked down, this time in 1. Trying to get Lafayette back into this. Can the Amesbury boys recover? They pick up 3 on the spot. Jalbert hadn't left pin since box 1, now he leaves 3. I mean, in effect, it's still a single-digit match, folks. We're watching this go back and forth. Jalbert off target. Head pin hit Landry, 6, 7, 10. A tough split, to be sure. Spare Jalbert. He came back on it and runs it down. Tim hasn't been all over that first ball on the head pin, but he was all over this one. John Stride trying to clip the wood on the way, kicks the 6-pin out as well. No spare, the fill is 9. Academy 2 still with the advantage, presuming their spare fills go well. It's always nerve-wracking with that spare. You only get that 1 ball, and there's so much that can go wrong. But as 1 ball comes back to him in the left channel, Landry goes down to the right and claims the 10. Through 8, 3 pins is the margin in this string. 10 pins, the margin in the match. Paul Grant is going to come back to a delightful conclusion to this in 2 boxes' time. John Lescarbeau and Joe Smith continuing to carry the banner for the boys in orange and in red. The man with the beautiful pants, 4 horsemen in the 8. Ayotte, routinely the king of the Pro Series, 10-pin. Tim Douglas, Blanca Gatrona, last year's Bowlers of the Year for best regular season Pro Series performance. Aaron St. Cyr, most recent playoffs champion. Ayotte spares. Jimbo's got 103 and a ball through 9. For a 10? Huh. I guess it was a scorpion tail kick on that wood, and that's how Lescarbeau loses his perfect string. 129 through 9. Still an incredible string, but still Lafayette needs more. Ayotte just dumped the second mark, and now Academy 2 seems to have a double-digit advantage at this stage. John's try. Got his head pin. It's skinny. And it's parallel pins with wood this time, unlike what Landry got stuck with in box 9 last string. The fill is good. Millisate. Just kidding. It's the old joke. Oh, that 1-2 or that 1-3 only happens at Ryan Family Amusements and Mills. What a fast house. No, not just there. John not where he wanted to go on this one. Jimbo spares again, back to back. So a good solid string will leave the smudge up. 121 and a ball. John Lescarbeau gets more sticks. 8 more makes 137. Academy 2 en route to a possible 600 as is. Mind you, Lafayette's not far off, but they'll need to ratchet it up. But Ayotte only gets 1 on this one, only clipping the 3-pin, and the spare fizzles. The string is 122, a very solid, respectable pro score. But what a time for that mischievous little toothpick to just pop out of there like that. 15 pins the advantage for Academy 2 plus a ball. It is still significant. Matt Lawless had a tough evening, but completely found the range in last frame. His fill. Got his head pin, and the fill is 9. As the wood sits right in front of the 10. Barnes a spare fill. Got his head pin, skinny mini, it's 5. So you see it swings 4 pins to Lafayette just like that. Academy 2 still has the advantage. Lawless has the spare, back to back. Barnes got it to go. Pin pirouettes into the 9, I believe. Watch how it just gets tangled up in there and clips it. The 9 pin almost fell straight back. That was, honestly, that was quite incredible pin action. Clipped out the high 5 as I was scurrying to get the replay on. Matt's got the setback now, 7 fill, as the 3 pin just wilts into that right-hand position. Barnes on a spare himself, excuse me. The fill is 5 for the second time in a row. Yes, the left side wood takes it. 3 in a row on the end for Matt Lawless. So again, Barnes will win this comparison. With his 5-mark string. He's got the 1-8 and takes 1 more for a 9 bucks. You never know which pin is going to be the winning pin at Candlepin. That's why they throw every ball. That's why you get that 3rd ball. Things these gentlemen have heard many, many times. And it just stays true all the time. Matt Lawless, 1 ball in the 10th to cut into this, but loses it to the right, and he gets a 2 fill. 106. A 12 box in the end, still significant. 6 pins plus 1. Academy 2 effectively leads by 2 marks. In reality, they've actually had they've had 3 more marks. Gregory cannot add 19 marks to 16 for Academy 2. JT whoopsie daisy, lemon drop, 4 pin taken out. Paul smirks from the side. He knows exactly what happened. Paul is a hard-working gentleman. He can be his own IRS. But just donating $1 at a time helps a lot of families being afflicted by cancer and, at the very least, the costs of it. And all those dollars add up to helping several families in the Candlepin community. Godwin only takes away the 1-3. It's his crossover side, considering he deals 1 left to right. So the 1-3 is not really his pocket. And that's why the pin action sometimes ends up dissatisfying like that. Lyonnais squirrels together 3 pins. Godwin only gets 1 more. Equalizing that frame, 11 pins up for Academy 2. So Godwin only dropping 4 on his spare, still giving Lafayette a chance, even though he then picked 1 back up. JT sabering through. He's got took out the 258-610, interestingly. Strange. 259-610, excuse me. Godwin. 8 pin, 4 horsemen in the 5. Tough ones for either to get. The action deflects around the 3 pin for JT, and he won't spare. He will get his triple digits. The wood's not the most helpful for Godwin, so he's just going to have to drive through. He's got his 1-2 pocket this time, but he's missed it. And still has to pin it out with a side saddle triangle, the 1-2-5. What a string this is turning into. We're almost virtually guaranteed to have a close total here as JT pins out 10. Godwin only glances the head pin away and gives away 2. 104 for him, Lyonnais 101. Still, Dave Godwin on 246. John Lescarbeau, by the way, 250. We've got some higher totals in weight, I tell you. These bowlers have been marking about 1/3 of the time at least. This is why we always get the best of the best every Friday night, and why you all love tuning in here on Candlepin Bowling Network. Greg Gouillart is soon to be alongside Paul Grant here at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Chris Cazenave on lane 4, Joe Smith on lane 3. Kaz digs in, 5 pin is teasing him, but stays up. Smith crossovers leave kings. He's got the 5 and 10. He's got 6 marks in 8. Chris spares, 3 marks in 4. Playing the wood perfectly, no double diverging wood this time. Smith matches as well for his 7th mark of the string. We are getting spoiled by these guys. 1 pin up and a ball for Academy 2. That's confirmed. 560 to, I'm actually a pin below on each side. It was 560 to 559, but the margin is correct. Chris Cazenave with a 9 drop. Smith gets 8. Plank is going to sit right there, I think is fine. That should take both. Big shots for both. Kaz has to hit this direct. He does! 4 mark half for Chris Cazenave. 135 in a ball. Smith gets his to go for an 8 mark string. 146 in a ball. Lyonnais 102, Godwin 105. That's where I was pinned short on each. Kaz's spare fill is 6. 141 for a 2-string total of 273. This is why Chris Cazenave has been such a big factor for the team. Joe Smith with an 8 drop. 154 to 74. The firepower out of this 4th spot has been incredible. And it's 2 pins and a ball for Academy 2 as Jalbert steps up alongside Sean Landry. Landry's head pin accuracy has been much better than Jalbert's. Twice as many marks. But Tim Jalbert has ball in hand and a big opportunity to put Academy 2 way in front. Landry loses this first ball right as I say that. Jalbert gets his head pin right as I say that. But the fill is 4, and he's the one in trouble. Academy 2 still with the advantage, but only by 1 mark now pending the pinning, which cruelly now becomes easier for Landry. He missed his head pin, but he only has 2 left. Jalbert against the spread eagle. only chips the 2-pin. What a finish. It could come down to this third ball as well. Academy 2 has knocked down one more pin. Pinning might matter as well. Even that one pin could matter. But the box is 5 against 9. Lafayette swings 4 pins. Their deficit is 2. Wow. The cruelty of a spread eagle. 2 object pins for Jalbert, and he gets stuck with that. Sure, the third ball was off target. But what an outcome. And what a moment for Landry. His try. Nails the head pin. 5-7 though, but the wood comes back. Jalbert, head pin. 2-5-7. That's gettable even without wood. And I mean no wood. Landry must hit this 5-pin properly. But he's hit the cap and does not get it. Jalbert must pin. He does, he spares! Academy 2 will take the other 2 points. They go up 4-0 as Landry takes 9 for a 116. Incredible end. Paul, the synopsis of this: 154 for Joe Smith against the John Lescarbeau 137, a Chris Cazenave 141. And then Tim Jalbert with a tough string, but coming up clutch with a 7 fill here for a 108. These totals are insane, and we take a look at them here.
You got to feel bad for Lafayette. 4 points down the drain. They could have gone either way.
And a total of 17 pins. That's all. That's all we have here as we begin this third string of 3. And I tell you what, I have no idea what's going to happen next.
And this is a good thing about the playoffs. 8 get out of the 12, and if you get in the playoffs, you never know what can happen.
And certainly Lafayette has a lot of X factors. Remember, a former championship team. Maybe no Beaupre, but that's about it. A lot of guys who are used to winning.
Now it's our third and final string. Jimbo Ayotte, a lemon drop for the second time.
Don't think he didn't see the first one.
He gets a giggle to that one. He's not looking at me. He knows. He knows.
If you don't look at the problem, it doesn't exist.
It's a fun way to help a great cause.
That's how object permanence works.
And look at that, a spare. No reprieve, no mercy. Lescarbeau red out tonight. Not that box.
Even if Brian Liss, the loser of the Bliss Bowl puts in $100 for Candlepins for
Greg,
Cancer.
I owe you an apology. I've not done a station ID all night long. We threw 3 this string on to make up for it. Let's pause. 8.4 seconds for station ID from the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
Editorial note, we've already done one legal idea with Nico Pujar. 4 seconds remaining. This is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you.
Still have 2 seconds left.
Sure.
You talked like me that time. They on the bonus to start the final string of the match, up 4-0. And 2 perfect. Clipwing Eagle, 15 through 1. John, after a 9, pounds the pocket. He'll get an 8 drop with a 4-7. Wood in between to help. John, just a regular house ball for years, getting the pro circuit the last couple of years. Jimbo, what a try. Not much to show for that one. Jimbo, 34 years young from Sutton, New Hampshire. Corey Packard, the #1 seed next Saturday's Candlepins Cancer Roll, February 8th, is from Sutton, Mass. Jimbo object pin for an 8, 23 through 2. Lescarbeau, a spare, 19 a ball through 2.
Take a quick look at the totals. Keep in mind Lescarbeau and Ayotte have already bowled 2 boxes here. On 400 watches Chris Cazenave on 273, as well as Joe Smith on 274. I'm not going to count Ayotte and Godwin out of this either. Just saying.
Jimbo A always in the running, the Candlepins Cancer Roll-Off when he bowls. Here's Austin Barnes starting his final string. The second ball is a 5. 1, 2, 4, the 8 behind the 2. Here's Matt Lawless, look for a big string. Wobbling check mark, 5 wobbles, 2, 4, 7 to the left of the king.
His 3-mark finish on the end of that to get to 106 was significant for Lafayette. Can he start strong on this one?
Barnes flies over the 2, 4, and the 8. Lawless for a spare, on fire.
Yes, he does.
His high single is 172, his high triple 428, a high 5, a 614 Barnes, a soft 7 to start the third.
If you get a soft 7 in blackjack, this game's crooked.
Matt Lawless' grandmother also bowled. Won the Lindsay League Championship the 2011-2012 campaign. Also a championship league in 2014-15. One, 3, 6 chance. There goes the 6. There goes the 3. What about the 1?
That's all dropping on the spare. Big break.
Almost a Julian strike. Barnes, 1, 2, 4. Up the wall. Got it. Spare. 17 the ball through 2. And missing is Lawless. Not by much. Denied 2 in a row. Side triple of 428 was a 164, a 122, and a 142. And that is only the. What is that, Greg, called? He missed the second, maybe the third? I've only said it twice.
Said what?
PGS. It's rated PGS, that shot. So I didn't officially say it. Dave Godwin settled down that second. See, 247, Greg? 248?
247.
47.
His high single is 245. His two-string total tonight is 247. Or 230. Sorry, 235.
Yeah.
Not 245, you dingus. That's Chris Sargent and Ralph Sem.
1-6-10. The wood to stop by rule. Justin Lyonnais. 6 right, 2, 4, 7 left. Starting their third and final string in the third spot. Next Friday night, it's the Patton clan. The general, Brian Patton, and his son Alex Patton have the call next Friday night. Metro at Central 1, live on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. I'll be at a Mike Dawes concert, guitar specialist.
Possible deadwood here. That's being checked out. If Godwin doesn't have to shoot at that, that probably is preferable. Unfortunately, it is good. Matt Lawless confirming as such.
So we can plow through it. On lane 4 at Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Godwin. Oh, tough break. Somehow the 1 does not go.
You'd have to go impossibly low on that, and honestly, Dave wasn't that far off.
JT, the ball returns to the right side, steals the 4, 2 and the 7, baby split. Godwin at 10 to start the third, and the wood goes into JT's lane. Thank you, Dave. That wood's out of play. They get a giggle out of that one.
Just a little present.
If that knocked the pins down, JT would get a do-over. I wonder if matches have been won that happens sometimes like this. I'm sure it has.
Missed the replay buffer. I feel bad.
Now, I think I told you a story once before. I got a 6-box, the old Candlepin Lanes in Salem, Massachusetts, where I grew up. I didn't wear jeans when I bowled, but I got a spare 6. My foot hit a slide kick, and there were foot pedals back there. Hit the foot pedal.
Oh.
I got a redo, and then I got a 3-box. Only I could do that, a spare 6 and a 3. Go figure. I never liked bowling in jeans. Too heavy.
There is a rule in there about foot pedal resets, but if it happens on the first ball, you get a do-over, if I recall correctly, nowadays anyway.
JT and 9.
Foot pedal resets are very rare, of course, and they're not here at Academy.
Kenneth Lane's long gone since the 90s, I believe, in Salem, Mass. Here's Dave Godwin, second box, third string, pounds the pocket, 2-4 in the 10. So we can helicopter it over. JT going left for 5. Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart live on Candlepin Bowling Network, the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week, 21 of 35. Playoffs to follow on Facebook and or YouTube. Godwin almost.
Another amazing offer of that.
High triple of 486, a high 5, 784. Two-time world champion, as Greg alluded to, 4 Pro Series titles, a 10, 2 10s to start the third. JT, a 9 to 10 start.
And a stint as commentating the Pro Series when it was one time the final was at it was Lanes and Games in Cambridge. He was alongside Mike McIntosh, which was objectively a hilarious broadcast.
Joe Smith, Chris Cazenave.
Special edition of Candlepin for Kids, if I recall.
Smith has the 1-2-4, starting his third. Kaz, beautiful ball, 2 perfect. Breaks with the clip wing eagle, 3 right, 2, 4, 7 left. See if we can kick it over. Smith, right in the nose, off the wall, fell right behind the 4. Kaz missed left, 2 left, 3 right. Joe, 48 years young, a 9. It's from Wilmington, Massachusetts. 209 high singles. Kaz gets 9 also. High triple 456. High 5 695. His mother also bowled 4 television appearances in the past for Joe Smith.
You mentioned Salem. I think there actually literally are more lanes being shipped out of Salem right now. I think it was one of the flatbread
pizza.
companies.
Yep, 4 lanes. Yep.
What a shame there as well. Although, I mean, small lanes still, but as long as the pin setter machinery is preserved, because nobody makes these pin setters, that's probably the greatest existential problem with Candlepin, even though the game will never die given all the love that is into it present day.
Smith 8, Kaz 9.
And few more than here at Academy Lanes. The Burrow family, Josh and Ted, do a fantastic job.
Smith for a spare. Up the wall, got it. 19 the ball through 2. Kaz, a July birthday. I love those July birthdays. A little biased. He gets a spare. Also 19 the ball. You can do it, I can do it. Each with the 9, each with a spare. Here come Yankee Will. Sean Landry for Lafayette Lanes. For Academy 2 lanes. Tim, Jim, and Jalbert. The triple strike in the world for Fenway Academy after a 43 half. Sean's career high average for a season 123, his high single 183, high triple 451, high 5 686, and a 1-5 sent to Worcester. Brutal. 279. And that's one of those words, youch. Y-U-C-H, yikes and ouch combined. Put in the dictionary, Webster. I wonder if I asked you earlier, what's the other match today? Good try there, got 4 of the 8. One moment. Landry, what a shot for a spare to start the third. Lafayette trying to get 4 points. And nice 9 for Jalbert off the 1-5 Worcester start. Is whatevs in the dictionary, like whatever whatevs? Is that in the dictionary, whatevs?
Not a chance.
So that should, whatever should go in the dictionary and youch.
I wonder which. I guess whatevs is kind of millennial slang. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to figure out the generation on this
That's what I'm
one.
trying to say. These weird words. You can't put youch or whatevs in there, especially youch. Just saying.
A pan-generational interjection for the H's.
Jalbert 1-3-5-8. Landry on the spare. Lane 3. Too far left. The 6-pack. 14 through 1.
Common leave we've seen, just punching out the left 3 columns.
Sean played baseball and basketball growing up. Started bowling at the age of 10. Threw 5 strikes in a row in the past. Daly had 4 tonight. Waters had 3 in a row tonight. Yeah, the match draw right. 1-5-9. Tough leave here for Landry.
He took out the 1-3-9 before.
Jalbert nice 10. 19 through 2. Update coming up from Greg Gouillart. Landry get Entrepin for an 8. 22 through 2. Room 222. Update from Greg Gouillart.
Here it is, 108-98, 10-pin advantage for Lafayette right now. In the match overall, it's only a 2-mark advantage for Academy 2. It's 40 marks to 38 overall in the match, and pinning is within 1. So, I mean, just the finest of margins here, and Lafayette has just been in it all the way around. And if you just go by that 4-0 score, it's so deceptive to how much effort and how incredibly these guys in orange have been hanging in there.
And they're going to be frustrated losing the first 2 by 7 and by 10.
It's a killer. They're 10th place in the standings and trying to work their way out, and they had their opportunities, and I don't think they're going to feel that guilty about how it ended up, maybe apart from certain shots they'll be thinking about, hopefully not for too much longer.
John pounds 9. Ayotte gets 7. 8 left, 6, 10 right. John staring at the 6. Clean shot. For a spare. Bang! 9 the fill, 28 through 2, back at it again, 38 in the ball through 3. Here in the third, Ayotte, just missed right.
So tough for Ayotte's left to right ball to get over to the 6-10. Darn near did it.
He enjoys bowling in the world, says nothing like it, like bowling in the world tournament. A 9, 32 through 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Greg, how can you get Candlepin Bowling Network? How can they get to notify when we go live?
You found one way, but you can also find the other for coverage like Worlds. Hopefully we're going to cover the women's tournament as well, but Facebook and YouTube, that's how. Candlepin Bowling Network in both places.
John 5 in that spare fill, 43 through 3 in the third. Ayotte, nice ball, 9, maybe 10 it is, strike. Looked like a split. Sliced and diced. 42 plus 2 through 4. Lescarbeau won't go. 6 right, 8 left.
Why the long face? I thought it was a pretty good shot. And there's nothing, and Ayotte's absolutely right. There's really nothing like the thrill of international competition, which is everyone literally behind you every step of the way.
Lescarbeau a 9, 52 through 4 for the lead-up bowler for Lafayette Lanes. Trying to make a run for 4 points, winning the string in total by 18.
Yeah, so Ayotte's hit was a crossover there, so it's a little lighter than he would have wanted to, but hey, apart from the nerds with the cameras pointing at you, no one would ever know.
Matt Lawless, spare 9-10 start. Good start for him like he did late in the second. Austin Barnes, 7 now a spare on lane 3. Lawless going left for 3. Barnes in the bonus. The home bowler, the home team. Left side up the wall, not bad. Lucky 7, 1-3, wiggling 10. 24 through 2 in the final string of the match. ML for a spare. Oh, just missed the 7. Boy. The Easter Classic champion, Austin Barnes, trying to go back to back. He just missed. He helicopters the 1. The wood just missed it. Almost got the 1 to go. Lawless at 10.
I would have loved to see that ball with Canadian flat gutter / channel.
39 through 3. Barnes a 10, 34 through 3. Justin Lyonnais on the on-deck circle with Dave Godwin.
Sorry, I had the Barnes's fill marked wrong. There we go.
A sport for any age, Candlepin bowling. It's unbelievable. Please get the word out. Tell your friends and family. Anybody can bowl at any age. I heard recently about the passing of Charlie Peruvian, I think it was pronounced here. 102 years old. Didn't bowl this year. He passed away late last year. So I covered him actually in a fundraise here. 3 strings over average. He said, come back. Never got to cover him again in the Wednesday morning league, but he was fun. He appreciated the coverage at 102 years old. Lawless drills it, spare.
With that gentleman's memory in mind, it's just wonderful how candlepin is simultaneously a sport that requires great skill to succeed at, and yet is accessible to just about everybody.
And he was legally blind. A matching spare for Barnes. 44 through 4 in a ball.
That's incredible.
Lawless 49 in the ball through 4. 161, 144. And guess what, folks? The match is tied. Dead even. Lafayette up 17 in the string. Dead even in the match. And they've been testing Academy 2 all night. Can they break through?
I was wondering if those last 4 points would be on the table at this stage.
Trying to get some momentum going to next week's match. JT off to left, a second lemon. Oh, he got a break. We'll have the lemon drop.
But there's still a whole round robin to go in effect.
Godwin 2-10s to start. Strike! Crushed it. 30 plus 2 through 3 in the third.
He needs a lot to have his third straight 400, but that's a hell of a start.
It's a 153. JT 1-2, 6-10. JT's second time in the top 5 candlepins against the ladder. He was in the variety style match at West Timberlane's Abington, Mass. He beat Ryan Southall in the first match. A 7 there. He's the 3 seed next Saturday. Takes the win of Keith Beaupre, the Tsunami, and Justin Kochi. 10 o'clock start live on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Come on down to Riverwalk Lanes. Cheer on the bowlers, support Riverwalk Lanes and Candlepins for Cancer.
My theory on the variety, great format. I think we would just want to balance the 1-ball and 2-ball formats. I thought it was a really interesting idea to merge them all into one big super format.
That was John Pumphrey, the owner of West Timberlane's Lucy's Pizza Bar, home of the chocolate chip cookie pizza, and the president of the Mass Bowling Association.
Because it parlayed with an existing 1-2-3 ball tournament or league. No, tournament they had there, if I recall correctly.
And we plan on doing a 9-pin, all 5-string 9-pin, and 9-pin top 5 afterwards, too.
Which
summer
is coming up.
Yeah, we're doing one in Rollaway Lanes in Ware, Mass. Also, August 23rd. Register on Candlepin Chat. Where is it? Ware, Mass. W-A-R-E. That's going to August 23rd, 11 and 2 p.m. shifts. Maybe a 5 p.m. shift. We fill up the first 2. We got 3 signed for the 5 o'clock shift. A bunch for the 2 o'clock shift.
That 10-pin fell. Sorry.
JT a 10, 36 through 4. Godwin a 7.
I'm 5 fill in a 7 box. I'm legally required to hate the town of Ware because I'm from Auburn, Massachusetts, where it was supposed to be called Ward, but back in ye old days, the postmaster general was just like, well, I can't tell the E and the D apart in your team name. town names. So maybe you folks over there by Worcester got to change yours. And it's just like, all right, fine.
I think they type the keyboard like I do, hit the D and the E at the same time.
Yeah, that was in the days of a sloppier or maybe neater penmanship, depending on your opinion. Too many serifs on the letters. I could go on.
Both in spares. Kaz crossing over. Sweeps down the 3. Strike on spare. 29 through 2. 39 plus 2 through 3. Smith trying to match it. Spread eagle in the 8. And Lafayette on the roll right now.
A massive swing there. Swing of 7 immediately on the fill, even though both got their head pin.
I want to give a shout out to Greg Packer from Australia. I want to also shout out Will Gaunt from Baytown, Texas, 35 miles east of Houston, Texas suburb. He bowled last week in the Candlepins of Cancer Roll-Outs in Riverwalk Lanes. He only bowled 2 or 3 times in Candlepin, never bowled in the league. He bowled 4 shifts, was gassed, but had a good time. He had 3 strikes.
Awesome. And
$14 in lemon drops. He gladly gave him about a Candlepins of Cancer shirt. So thank you, Will Gaunt from Texas, watching.
Awesome, Will. Krista asks in chat, are we going to Moncton? We'd like to.
I'm planning on going. I got my passport. Good for 10 years.
I still do. Yeah, that's
9
the
years
idea.
now. 8 years left. There's
Hello.
a strike. He's got a double. Double the pleasure. Spare strike for Kaz. The Kaz man shining here in Haverhill. 59 through 4 plus bonus balls. Wow.
And he's all smiles, high fives all the way around.
And John Lescarbeau, usually very stoic, it's a smile. Smith goes right, steals the 1, 7 and the 9. And all the momentum right now on Lafayette's side right now. A commanding lead early, well, not commanding yet, but a decent lead right now. But Academy 2 came back a couple times today already. Smith at 10, 40 through 4.
It is possible to enjoy things without smiling all the time. I would know. I'm half European.
My father used to teach my father when he was alive. Oh, I don't like Chuck Norris. Why? He doesn't smile. When you're getting shot at, kicked at, and stabbed at, you're going to say smile? You know, it's like, come on. He's a tough guy, an action guy. You don't smile. You see John Wayne smile? Give me a break. Sorry, Dad.
Not the best Chuck Norris meme I've heard, but I'll allow it.
The eyes of Ranger. The unsuspected stranger.
What a massive double strike this is for Lafayette. No time like the present to get the remaining 4 points. Maybe.
Landry on the crossover, 7, 9, 10. Tim Jim and Jalbert 9. Leaves up to 6. Sean has a spare 4 and 8 start. Tim 9 to 10. Final string of the match on Candlepin Bowling Network. Free to subscribe. Never a charge. Tell your friends, tell your family. Trying to barrel it over. He does! Wow, what a shot for a spare! And matching spare right on for Jalbert. 32 for Sean, 28 in the ball through 3 for Jim and Jalbert. 31 pin lead for Lafayette in the string. They're up 14 in the match. Boys trying to hang on for a tough cold the last couple of weeks. Double at it tomorrow. Landry sweeping 6, 7. Not a head pin hit. There's a split. 7, 8, 10. Jalbert, strike on spare. 39 through 3, 49 plus 2 through 4. Back and forth we go. Landry 39 through 3. Trying to get back to back in 3 out of 4. The 10 won't go. Wow.
Lafayette still with a big advantage here. Same number of marks in effect, even when you consider that Cazenave effectively has 2 on his side.
Landry in the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean for a 9. 48 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Update from Greg Gouillart.
We'll take a look here at that strike and then an update here.
Oh yeah, you'll have your instant replay. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, we gotta see that again.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. All right, beautiful. All right, that's enough of that.
One more time.
27 pins. No, thank you. 27 pins up for Lafayette. Chris Cazenave now very much a favorite to go 400.
Jimbo 8 on a strike. He puts down 8. The Woods sweeps down the 10. John Lescarbeau 52 through 4. Look at this one. Strange hit. He got 6 out of it somehow. 1-3 corner post.
I think the wood is muddling the 1 and 3. I'm not sure this really has as much play as it seems.
Ayotte spare on strike. A lot of big 20s here in the third. 52 through 4. 62 and a ball through 5. John missed left. Wanted that one. And here comes Academy 2. Back on it. looking for a sweep.
Yep.
Lafayette's not made it easy for him.
Getting an extra 10 in effect.
John an 8, 60 half on his final string on lanes 3 and 4.
Make that 12 in the exchange, so effectively a 2-mark swing. With that strike spare by Ayotte.
Bliss Bowl 4 tomorrow, 12 noon on Candlepin Bowling Network. 5 p.m. Switch over to the Atlanta Candlepin Singles Tour. Last year's Class C champion, now in Class B in his 4th year at Candlepin Bowling. Justin Ruggiero takes on 4th seed Anthony Delmonico. 5 o'clock live at Extra Lane Shooter Sports Pub on the Atlanta Candlepin Singles Tour Facebook page. Ayotte for a strike, almost.
The well-chronicled Exeter Lanes.
Exactly, I was going to say. 1-2 in the...
Recently on the WMUR flagship program Chronicle, Rob Ficara, along with
John Winchell was there too.
John Winchell and Andy Baldinelli.
Ayotte spare. After a strike, spare 8 spare. 71 half, 81 on the ball through 6. Sizzling. Lescarbeau missed number 1. 2 missed chances.
Spare 9 spare indeed.
Yep. 4 marks for Academy 2 right now.
John losing the range in this 3rd string, but still able to pin out a 120 average if he pins well.
10 there, 70 through 6. Let's pause 10.2 seconds for station ID from Greg Gouillart.
Oh, good. We made quota. Hi, this is Candlepin Bowling Network.
That's our second one.
Oh, curses and other profanities. My name is Greg Gouillart. I'm alongside Paul Grant on this totally G-rated stream here live at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts.
No pun intended. PG.
Yeah, exactly.
No pun intended.
Well, I'm Gigi, so the rating works out.
Rated PG, GG, giggle, giggle.
For more ridiculously terrible puns like this, please like and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube, especially if you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss when we go live on YouTube.
Barnes 5 in the bonus, 50, make it 49 through 4. 1-3, 7-8, 10. Can he get it? Just missed outside the 1. Spread eagle plus the 9 for Lawless. On the fill, 3, 52 through 4. Tough break here. Look at this one. 3-9, 2-4-7 left. Unbelievable. Barnes, 8, 57 half. Lawless tickles the object pin, the 2 for a 6, 58 through 5.
Aggressive tries at that both time on the 2nd and 3rd balls. Didn't work out that time.
Austin Barnes loves bowling on this Academy 2 team. Great guy on off the lanes. Really good example. Good role model for young bowlers. 203 high single Easter Classic last year. High triple 460, high 5, 714. Almost got a strike.
Attaboy Lloyd Christmas, everything except the head pin.
Lawless 1-3, wiggling 9 behind, 7-10 post.
That's a reference that actually goes over my head if I recall correctly. I really should know this though.
Lafayette only have 2 in the string now, down 15 in the match. Barnes, spare. 3rd spare of the string, 67 the ball through 6.
Sitting on a mark each time, so to speak, always getting it in the even numbered frames.
I think he's standing up though. I don't think he sat down.
No one really does. Though the seating is really comfy down here. That's fairly recently renovated here at Academy.
Lawless missed that one, got the sleeper pin and back, the 9. And Academy 2 trying to make 8 points to none tonight. 4 marks to 2 in their favor. And Lawless a 6 for the 2nd box in a row, 64 through 6. And Academy 2 has momentum now. They're up 2 in the string, 19 in the match. And just a cup of coffee ago, Lafayette was up in the string in the match. By 31 in the string, 14 in the match. It's gone the other way once again.
It totally has. Ayotte and Barnes. Those pins got away too as well. That's part of it as well. Pinning advantage is now 5 in favor of Academy 2. Paul.
Dave, the odd man out on the marks. All 4 except for Dave on marks. Trying to join the party. 4 from the post.
Gettable.
I think I say edible. Oh, JT sweeps down the 4 and the 2. Now he's got the 3, 6, 10 opportunity to stop the bleeding.
Wood's not ideal, but it beats the alternative.
36 through 4. Godwin 42 through 4. He had a 142 first. 247 his first 2. But he had a monster finish for his 3rd week in a row at 400.
Barn door in front of the 7 makes it gettable.
1 of the 10.
Wait.
Here goes the 1. JT could use it for Lafayette Lanes. And somehow got away from the 3. Wood comes back. Taps it slightly, won't go.
Yeah, a couple of. It's the problem with the end cap of the pin in two respects. One, because it didn't really generate any satisfying action towards the three-pinner, and then when it came back, you'd really rather it hit the red line with the pin. That's how you would topple it.
Robin goes skee ball, going to 50 to 100 for 9. JT at 10. JT 46 half. Dave 51 through 5.
Mind you, JT did get his head pin, so he can feel a bit robbed on this one.
JT can be explosive. 189 high single. High triple 429 unofficially. High five 698. Godwin left to the 1. Steals 8. 1 on the 10. JT chucks it right for 4, maybe 5. There goes the 2. 1-5 center Worcester. 4-7-8 triangle left corner. 6 box third string. Match 21 to 35. The Friday Night Pro League game of the week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Godwin, robbed. JT trying to pull it off. Great try. That looked good too. Head scratcher, literally.
And Lyonnais got his head pin.
JT has a junior state doubles title under his belt. Bobbin a 9 at the minimum, 60 through 6. JT a 10, 56 through 6.
All
right about the halfway point of the final string of the match. Chris Cavs on a triple strike alert. Josh Dillon, the other match to our right, had a 4 back in the first. Justin Waters wrote a triple strike in the second. King Cavs joined the triple strike pool tonight.
Like the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, Chris Cazenave is routinely the powerhouse of Lafayette. Had a tough week last week. Can he come up big here?
He has to steal it. Nudging the 1, nudging the 6. Not bad considering. 27 the first double strike box, 56 through 3. Smith wipes it down for a spare. Second spare of the third, 15 a ball through 5. Kaz for a spare and double strike. He got it. 76 through 4, 86 in the ball through 5. Dynamite.
Showing the old replay. I'm not sure why.
Smith on the spare, right side, rolls 6, 1, 2, 7, 8. 56 half, Kaz on fire, double strike spare. Another strike bid, he's got it! 3 out of 4, wow! Nico highlight reel, 96 half, 106 plus 2 through 6, insanity!
And Chris Cazenave can now pin out 419 even if he blows the strike bill. He is on some otherworldly level like that guy, Dave Godwin, from a couple weeks ago.
Fun to watch, isn't it? His high single is 189, high triple 452, high 5, 636. Career high average 118 out of Manchester, New Hampshire.
And you know what's most delightful about seeing Cazenave just spectacularly succeed tonight, even though his team is having a hard go of it right now? The fact that we just don't get the chance to cover Lafayette this often. Our broadcast setup basically doesn't really fit in Riverwalk lanes all that well, so while it gives other streamers like Tony Levesque, which is fantastic, and his amazing TikTok presence, which thankfully for the time being is politically allowed to continue, we don't get the chance to share it with you fine folks here on Candlepin Bowling Network. So
second time coming this year, we're going to have him in March also.
Yeah.
A big chunk of the ball got broken off there.
Yeah.
Look at this. Let's see if we can see this here. See if we can bring that ball over here. If we get to the camera.
Yeah, maybe we'll show him. Maybe we'll do it later. We'll do it later.
Okay. So Joe Smith had a spare 656 half, 10, 66 through 6. Tim Jalbert, 48 through 4. Sean Landry is on a strike after a spare. And Lafayette going back and forth. Now leads the match by 4.
Jalbert, actually. Yeah.
What did I say?
Yeah. Landry's not on a spare. I beg your pardon.
Tim Jalbert.
This is correct now.
He gets a spare.
On strike.
I read it backwards.
You got it.
59 through 4, 69.5 plus 1. Sean, they're not on a spare. My apologies. 6 pin for a 10 to get to 58 at the half. He does not. 57 half. So we get that corrected. My bad.
My bad, too.
One of these days I'll have a perfect broadcast. Mike Moore says you probably won't get one. 53 years live. Never had one. I know Bob Command never had one in Candlepin for Cash. I got the last strike in the original show in 1980. My only claim to fame. Jalbert, beautiful ball, 8. 77 through 6, 3 marks in a row. Landry, 1, wobbling 3, 9 behind, 4, 7, 10. And back and forth we go again.
It's the same thing, single digits.
Like the temperature with the wind chill tonight, maybe. Or tomorrow. Jalbert for 4 in a row. He got it! 87, the ball through 6.
Jalbert is totally dialed in here, is having a lopsidedly better third string than the first and second.
Then he ends up the Augusta Maine Special, the 1-7-10 Sports, owned by Mark Carrier. What a job they've done there. Great name for a bowling center, lousy leave. The old Channel 5 high-low jack. New England 4 and Dave Hodge Valiant put their floors in a year or so ago. They've been there about two and a half years now. He's taken over.
Krista says, Paul, we watch you from Moncton, and I made you a coffee mug with a few of your great sayings and wanted to send it to you.
Oh, thank you very much.
DM Krista when you get the chance, I suppose. What a wonderful offer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. No alcohol. I don't drink. Do like a good chocolate milk from time to time.
Wow, that's really kind.
A 9, 66 through 6. Just message me on Facebook, Paul Grant, with the red shirt from extra lanes. Let's get an update from Greg Gouillart.
Yeah, or we'll figure it out somehow.
Thank you very much.
362 to 361. That is officially confirmed through the 6 boxes you see here. Chris Cazenave on his third strike with a 96 half. How much more can he cook up, and how much more could Lafayette need against Academy 2, who is still firing on all cylinders?
Right now, Lafayette's up by 1 in the string, down 16 in the match, but 3 hits to 1 against them. 1 here from Jimbo Ayotte. He going right side for 4. Take the lead in the match by 3.
Usually Lafayette's gotten stuck with that 6-pack.
In the string, rather, 3. 20-pin lead in the match, 85 through 6. Lescarbeau got it, spare. 80 in the ball through 7. Here we go again. Ayotte, good try, 2 full. 2 in the 7.
And Lescarbeau's success has been a delight as well. 360 possibility, and he's almost certain to get north of a 120 average tonight.
Jimbo, fun to watch. Just missed a 7 for a 9. 94 through 7 in the third and final string of the match. We have one more station ID. We'll get it later on.
Pretty much level pegging right here. Lescarbeau is 60 over, in effect, so he can pin out 360. Ayotte is 58 over, but there's this.
John Lescarbeau from Botwell's in Concord, New Hampshire. Strike on spare. 90 through 7, 100 plus 2 through 8. Ayotte on the head pin, 9. Leads up to 6.
Seems like a few times now where we've seen a 9 drop immediately follow a strike, and I think Ayotte's done that a couple of times.
Look for his 5th mark of the 3rd.
That can be just as valuable if it's converted.
Well, he goes to the wood. He goes right at the pin and got it. Tapped the wood, still went. 104 on the ball through 8. What a battle. What a match.
Okay. My replay buffer, I think, is just broken. I'm going to try and restart it and pray. Oh. I see the issue.
Matt Lawless trying to come back after a couple of 6 boxes. Had a spare 9. He missed the second, made the third for a 10. Back in the pocket, 9, 10 maybe. Wiggling, wobbling, stumbling and bumbling, won't go. Wood in front of the 2, Wood behind. Barnes in the bonus, rifles the pocket with 2 full, 5. 72 through 6 at Academy Lanes, Pub 125. Haverhill, Mass, Lawless, spare. Third spare of the 3rd, 74 in a ball through 6. That's how you do it after a couple of 6s. Barnes, only 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Wild match, tight all the way through. And Lafayette's fallen short by 7 and by 10, the first 2. Fighting for 4 hard points. The 10 seed, testing the 2 seed, rather the 3 seed all night. Academy 2. Barnes an 8. 80 through 7.
And really the pinning has been good on both sides. I mean, Lafayette actually left fewer pins standing in the first one and only 3 pins more, only left 3 pins more in the first string, and left fewer in the second string. So it hasn't really been that. It's just Academy 2's gotten just that little bit extra advantage every single time.
Lawless head pin at 7, 2 wobbling 7, 8 behind the 2. A chance for another one. The 7 fill, 81 through 7. Barnes, beautiful ball. 2, 4, 7 opportunity. Wood in between the 2 and the 4. Lafayette up 12 in the string, down a handful in the match. Been tight all the way through.
What looks like it's covering it for Lawless, but he must hit this 2-pin. Same goes for Barnes in a different respect.
For another spare, yes! Back to back, 4 in the string. 91 on the ball through 8 for Matt Lawless. Struggling tonight. Great finish in the second, excellent in the third. Barnes just missed the arch with 2. The momentum on Lafayette's side.
So critical. Had to hit both object pins on both sides. Lawless did, and there you go.
2 strikes and a spare for Lafayette. A spare for Academy 2. Barnes, a 10. 90 through 8. Quick update from Greg Gouillart.
Should be 419 to 407 once they tack on that 10th pin for Barnes. 5 pins, minus 2 marks. Minus 2 strikes, really. So really, Lafayette has the advantage in this match as we drop down to Lyonnais and Godwin.
Past the halfway point of the final string. Thanks for watching. A sport for any age. Candlepin Bowling, get the word out. A Candlepin gift card, a great way to do it. Any occasion, anytime, all year round. Please support your local bowling centers with Candlepin gift cards, a gift that keeps on giving all year round, not just the holidays. JT, 1, wiggling 2, 9-10. Dave Godwin trying to get to the mark. Collapses 8. 2 in the 7, mini split, Wood to help.
Just looked so smooth out of his hand there.
JT, what a shot! Oh, just missed the 10.
Not by much, just a little too soon off the sidewall.
Godwin for a spare. He got it! Missed the object pin, the Wood took it down.
The scorpion tail kick.
70 ball through 7, JT a 9. 65 through 7, back and forth we go. The lead is 11 for Academy. Lafayette Lanes leads by 11 in the third. They're down 6 in the match. Is it still 3 hits to 2, Greg? Yep.
It's still 3 hits to 2 by my count. Good question. I have gotten that wrong.
The
No,
match-
it's 3 hits to 3.
Oh,
There
3
we
to
go.
3, okay.
All right, Ayotte's on his spare. Sorry.
JT 8, great chance. 2 pieces in front of the 6-10. Godwin on the extra ball. Steals 7, maybe 8. 8 it is. Jimbo putting his $2 for his lemon drop for Candlepins for Cancer. Thank you, Jimbo. Foaming up a great cause. JT missed it. Wants that one back. Frustrating as a bowler. Wrong side of the wood. Godwin, 8 fills, 78 through 70. Could be a big swing. He missed inside.
It's so tough because the wood isn't really looking at the 10 pin for Godwin in his case.
JT puts down its misery for a 10. 8's a wild. 8, 8, 8, 88 through 8. Godwin doinks it for an 8.
Should be 86 for him.
86 through 8 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Let's pause. One more station ID. Just 5.3 seconds for Greg Gouillart.
Candlepin Bowling Network. You found us. We're in 2 places. Facebook and YouTube. You're awesome. And transmission.
Chris Cav, what a night he's having. Double strike, spare 7, now a strike. 106 plus 2 in the 6 on lane 4. Just missed right for 5. Joe Smith, 66 through 6. On the crossover, he gets 7. Wobbling check mark. The 5 won't fall, but decent wood. 4-7 left. This can go.
Looks very good.
Kaz, 1 in 5 chance. Won't get it. 1 on the 9.
Good count on the strike.
8 in the fill. 114 through 6. Smith, spare.
It's a good hit by Smith. He can't hit the pin on either side. He hits it red lines flush.
76 in the ball through 7. Kaz, bouncy ball's a 9. 1, 2, 3. Jackson 5 through 7. What's he have his first 2?
Chris Cazenave, 132, 141, and more.
Over 400 for sure tonight. Kaz feeling it. Splits 2, 4, 7, 10. Smith on the spare. Right in the pocket. Sweeps him down. 9.5.
You were hit 5 pin.
That was an earthquake. 4.1 on the Richter scale. That was higher, I think.
That's topical.
85 through 7. What a battle. Kaz trying to send it over. Just missed left. 2 in the 10. Smith trying to go back to back. Bang! 95 in the ball in the 8th. Kaz, 8. 131 through 8.
A huge string for Kaz, but a big advantage there for Smith. Now Academy 2 seeming more likely to hold on to this match after all is said and done.
Lafayette up 1 in the string, down 16 in the match. Down on the extra mark. Tim Jim and Jalbert, red hot. He's got 4 in a row right now on lane 3, but first it's Sean Landry, 66 through 6. Jimbo, 87 the ball on lane 3 on a bonus. Sean lucky to get 8. 1, the 2 wiggle, crossing over. Jalbert 6. Look at this one. You gotta be kidding me. 5 wiggling 8, and the right side is the 6, left 7.
These pins have been brutal when you don't get in at the right angle.
93 through 6, and Landry missed the ball, rolls in front of the 1-2.
Would have been fair if it gone. He hit fair contact on the wood.
Jalbert, what a try. Got 3 of the 4. Not bad. Every pin counts.
Now, if you hit the curtain clean and then it rebounds for pins, that does not count.
Sean hits the wood again for an 8, 74 through 7. Jalbert gains 2 at the 10, 103 through 7. Late in the final string, they're going for the sweep. Lafayette trying to get 2, trying to get 4. He doing by 18. Right now, they're down 7 in the string, 24 in the match. It's been that close all night long.
Yep, that 10 box will get entered in here. So now with the on-screen. Oh, they gave him a 9. Interesting.
Next Friday night, Alex Patton, Brian Patton, the general, call the match. Metro at Central 1, Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. February 7th on Canopy Mowing Network on YouTube. Landry for a strike, almost. Jalbert in the pocket, 7. Mini split, 2-5 in the 7. 8th box, 3rd string. Haverhill, Massachusetts. Landry wood in front for a spare. He got it. 84 in the ball in the 8th. Jalbert, just missed the 2 by a little bit. I don't want to pay Greg the royalty for that smidge word. I said it anyway.
Mini splits only look ugly, but they're perfectly sensible. Just contact Mass Save today.
Or dig safe.
Sure.
Digs it out for a 10, 113 through 8, 2 boxes to go. An update from Greg Gouillart.
That's our local energy efficiency. Anyway, 6 pins up in the string right here as they have it there. So they did give a 9 box to Jalbert's 7th frame there. No, actually.
No, they gave him a 10, didn't they?
They gave,
Let me see.
No, they gave him a 10. They gave him a 10. That's absolutely right. So 113. So it should be now a 7. No, they have it as a 6-pin advantage. I'll get it right eventually.
Tim Jalbert's on a strike after a spare. Lescarbeau for a strike, 9.
Ooh.
That's on a spare.
No,
113 through 8.
It was on a strike in his case, actually.
That's right, strike. Jimbo's on the spare. He got 7. 111 through 8. Helps to read the right scoreboard, Paul. Jimbo at the wood. Taps it barely.
Oh.
Wants someone back. Lescarbeau for another one. The wood missed it. It come from behind. Won't go. Missed chance. That hurts. That would have been 3 in a row.
What a time. Lescarbeau can be proud of so much he's gotten done here tonight. But yeah, I have to wonder in the clutch how much more your team needs in that moment.
Ayotte 9, 120 through 9. John, it wasn't there. 9, 118 through 9. 9 boxes to go in this thrilling match. Week 21 of 35. We'll have the playoffs also on Facebook and YouTube on Canopy Bowling Network sometime in May. Position rounds February 14th will be at Central Park Lanes or Exeter Lanes. Right now it looks like we'll be at Central Park Lanes. Exeter right now, the 2 seed, 1 seed, Central 3 as of right now. Ayotte light hit 3. Their final box. Lescarbeau trying to rebound from that missed single pin with a setback. Having a great night, though. Pulls at Butwell's in Concord, New Hampshire, home of the Dallas family. Dallas for the knee. Father Andy, the 3 brothers, Dimitri, Dino, and Alex. Dimitri, the better brother bowler. Class C, 114 average. 104 last year. Good for him. Ayotte, 6 to go. Nice shot. He almost got it. Just missed the 9. Trying to get to 130. Lescarbeau trying to pull it off. Oh, wow.
This is the shot that never goes. We gave it a good offer at that, trying to hit the tip of the wood.
Trying to get to 128. Ayotte robbed by the wood and the roadblock. 9, 129, final string. Lescarbeau an 8, 127, third and final string.
Series totals: John Lescarbeau 377 for John Lescarbeau, 363 for Jimbo Ayotte.
8 boxes to go.
Nice.
Academy 2 of 5 in the string, 22 in the match. 1 extra hit for Lafayette Lanes, 2 spares to 1.
Both of them over the average, even though this is home matches don't count for average in this case, but good going for Ayotte as well as Lescarbeau, to say the very least.
5 for Barnes. Matt Lawless, crucial spare fill in lane 3. We'll have a strike. He hits the head pin. He gets 8. Tough split. 4 left, 6 right. Helicopter in flight. 99 through 8. That trims the lead. The match. Barnes 2 full. 3-6-10. Lafayette up 3 on the string, down 14 the match. Still in the hunt for 4 points in total. Now 1 spare at each side. This would be some kind of wonderful for Lawless. Can he kick it over? Use the woods. Won't go. The ball rolls into the Atlantic Ocean.
I don't need a whole lot of money. I don't need a big fine car. I just wanted that split to go.
Hard to cut that with a 6-pin over. Barnes for a 10, gets a 7. 96 through 9.
Opportunity.
9 for Lawless. 108 through 9. 7 blocks to go. Quick update from Greg.
Also an opportunity to take another chunk out of a ball if you hit it the wrong way. But
Greg, how are we doing the spare mark department and pinning department tonight?
Sorry, I'll let you know
We'll check
in
that
just
we'll check that at the end of the
second.
match. We'll do it at the end of the match before we talk to the bowlers. Austin Barnes trying to finish strong with a 6-pack.
I had the boxes backwards in effect. It was 6 pins.
Lawless too far left. Avoids a lemon drop, gets the 4 and the 8.
Sorry for the squirreliness on the scoreboard, folks, but this should now all be correct.
Lafayette by a touchdown, the string down 11 in the match. Still have a chance for total.
Mark aside is correct, so that's all good now.
Barnes a tough shot. Great try, set back for him. Lawless missed left again. 6 down, 4 to go. Trying to get to 118. Barnes trying to get to 106. Threw it away for a 7. Back-to-back 7s. 103, final string. Lawless gains with a 9. Gains 4 pins, last 2. 117, final string. 3-string totals, Greg, with 6 blocks to go.
A significant 4 pins indeed. Matt Lawless, 320, not too shabby. Austin Barnes, 331.
Lafayette up 8 in the string. Academy 2 up 9 in the match. 6 blocks to go. The middle bowlers, Dave Godwin, 86 through 8. Justin Lyonnais, JT. Justin Thomas, 75 through 8. Not on marks. Anchor bowler, Sean Landry has to spare for Lafayette. Joe Smith has to spare, the 4th bowler for Academy 2. Incredible match.
And still anything could happen.
Godwin off to left, 5. Seen a lot of these tonight. JT on the crossover, 5-1 split, brutal. The bucket shot they call in Canada.
Plank makes in front of the 8 makes it easier.
Godwin all but number 1. Not bad off the head pin. JT, tough leave, still is. 3-6-10 on the 7. Advantage Godwin. Dave a 10. 96 through 9. His streak of 400 ends at 2. And JT a tough 6.
Yep.
81 through 9. Big swing there.
Well, you were asking about the pinning. Now it's 5 in favor of Academy 2 with those 4 missing pins there. So Mark's situation is 16 to 18. Well, I mean, really 17 to 18 if you double count the second strike that Cazenave got in effect. So really it's just 1 mark different in this string. There you go.
Godwin, nice ball. Wobbling 8, tries to go to the 7, not quite. Big break. JT for a strike, almost.
But his wood settled behind there, so this is a little tougher. Godwin's isn't a gimme, but if he hits the right piece of wood, it will go.
6 got a nudge, wouldn't fall. Godwin
He's a sliver of room.
for a spare. He takes it down. Spare in the 10th, 106.
Yeah, the direct route looked a little risky there, so the wood was the play.
JT missed again. That hurts. Trying to get to 91, disappointing string. He's pinned well overall this string and wasn't there for a 9. Disappointing 90 final string. The 3rd seed next weekend, the Candlepin against the Top 5 live show, Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. on Candlepin Bowling Network, February 8th.
Justin Lyonnais, 310.
Lafayette hanging on to a 3-pin lead, but down a mark, down 14 in the match. Dave Godwin adding to the lead here. Only 3. 109 final string. More importantly, that ties the string, and Academy's up by 17 where it was after 2. With 4 boxes to go. 1 spare to none for Lafayette Lanes. 1 spare for Academy 2.
Dave Godwin, 356. We have a tie string right now. For Lyonnais, that's a tough one. He has an average of 114, going down, of course, after this, but we know he's got a lot of potential there and look forward to seeing how he does in the future matches.
Joe Smith, the only mark for Academy 2 on the bonus. Beautiful ball, 7, wobbling 8 left, 6-10 right, a big 7 fill, 102 through 8.
But a stubborn 8-pin that...
Kaz on the crossover, wiggling 5, 6 to the right, give him a break. They might need a double now for total. Down 7 in the string, 24 in the match.
Remember, though, Landry is on the spare, so it's not totally impossible.
Nothing there for Smith.
Also, you're looking at the man who just did get a double.
Kaz won't go. Good try. Nothing more you can do about that. Trying to get to 141 through 9, 400 plus. Smith an 8, 110 through 9. Kaz right on for a 10, 141 through 9, 3 box to go. Lafayette Lanes down a handful in the string. They got a fill ball also to take the lead, but down 22 in the match. Need to mark out pretty much. Can't count on 0 for 3 for Academy 2. They're so clutch down the stretch. Smith crossing another setback again. Unbelievable.
All 4 of his last head pins.
Kaz been killing it all night. CC on lane 3. On the crossover, up the wall, 8, 3 right wiggle, 7 left, perfect wood to the left of the 3.
Yeah, that wood turned. Now there's another mischievous piece trying to get in the middle of it all. Depending on where it stops, it may still work end to end.
Wood must stop by rule before release the ball. It's good news for Chris. Smith, good try, won't go.
Where is that thing going to stop? That's interesting. I think it's not perfectly between the pins. That's too bad because a red line shot would have taken it had it not been there. It still could, but I'm worried about the wood interacting badly.
Critical shot, he got it! 151 on the ball in the 10th, crazy. Smith 10, 120 final string.
Crazy because that's how it goes. 151 in a ball for Chris Cazenave.
In the stratosphere tonight.
3 spares and de facto 4 strikes including the double. Academy 2 up 22 in the string, minus 2 balls. There is time for Lafayette. And they are favored to win this string for now.
Big fill for Kaz, 9 for 160, but too far left 3. Nothing wrong with the 154, third and final string. What a performance by Chris Cazenave, the captain.
Savor this, folks. Chris Cazenave, 427.
Good for him. Academy 2 of 2 fingers, 19 in the match, 2 blocks to go. Lafayette is the only mark right now from Sean Landry in the left, but first things first.
Commiserations, Joe Smith, 394.
Tim Jim and Jalbert, 113 through 8, not on the mark. Landry must mark twice, more than likely. Jalbert 6, 1, 2, 4. The 8 played hide and seek behind the 2.
Wait.
Landry threw it away, hit the 7 only, a 1 fill. Crazy, bad break. Ouch. That hurts.
Lafayette, a team with so much potential. String is still in play.
85 thread, a big spare for Jalbert. Landry won't go, and they're in trouble now. Almost got it. 3 strings, maybe stolen from them.
Now, if Jalbert fills badly, Landry can still take this away in the 10th.
10, 95 through 9. Total out of reach now, Greg, I believe.
Yeah, total is seemingly in Academy 2's favor, so they should get the victory. But string is very much in play. Jalbert has to fill, has to not get hosed by the pins.
1 pin lead for Academy 2. Final box of the match. Thanks for watching.
We've answered one question, the other very much still in doubt.
Big bonus. He does with 8. 131 through 9. Landry crossing over 7. Must mark. Jalbert must miss.
Yep.
5 and the 7. Decent wood. 3, 5, 6 for Landry. 3 middle pin. 5 left, 6 right. Jalbert trying to put it away. No.
Where's it rolling?
It's rolling back though.
Where's it going?
Will it go? He's trying to punch it down. It goes. Unbelievable. Back-to-back spares. Huge. Landry spare. Maybe too late.
Unbelievable. It was there for Landry.
Wow. The one fill crushing blow in Academy 2. 2 pins away from clinching. 8 points. 3 heartbreaking string losses for Lafayette. Clinches it. 6. 147 for Tim Jam and Jalbert. Landry's strike on spare. Only fitting for the match. 115.
You know, let's just pop the scoreboard here. Academy 2 clinches their 1,800 as well. They clinch the final 2 points for winning the final string and total as well. Tim Jalbert 359, Sean Landry 345. Incredible match here, featuring 59 marks for Academy 2 and 52 marks for Lafayette. Incredible, Paul.
Wow, wow, wow. Let's try to talk to Dave Godwin and maybe Chris Cazenave before we sign off.
See if you can get them all spin the camera back around here. We'll get a look at total as well. There you see it, Cazenave 427, Smith 394. As they try and spin this round. Yeah, it looks fine. Oh, yeah, I got it.
Talking about Dave Godwin, Mr. 235. Dave, you got to be fortunate to get 8 points tonight. It could have easily gone 8-0 for Lafayette. Win by 7, win by 10. They were up 14 in the match. And that third string up 31. You come back again, and you win it by 7. A 24-pin thrilling win. 8 points to none.
Yeah, that's what makes this league so great. That's what makes this league so great. You know, every single week is going to be close all the time. These guys put up a great fight all the time. That was a lot of fun to bowl tonight. That was a lot of fun. Chris Kaz bowled amazing tonight. I feel like the last few times we bowled against each other, he's been bowling really well. Timmy bowled well. Tonight was a huge team effort. I bowled well the first game. Joey bowled well the second game. Timmy came through the third game. Tonight was definitely a huge team effort for us, for sure.
2 big marks. The one fill hurt them, obviously. You got to feel bad for them. They really test you all night long.
Yeah. I mean, that was definitely usually Sean in that situation doesn't do that. That was definitely a big hiccup by him. It's very unfortunate. You don't like to see that, but definitely fortunate on our end. You know, it's an 8 points that we definitely can carry over. Keep going for that, for sure.
You don't want to win it with a heart attack, but does it help you in the playoffs when you get tested by a team like this?
Of course, yeah. I mean, you get tested against any team. You know, when it comes down to the last 2 boxes like that against any team, you pull out the strings like that. It's a huge confidence builder. It's a huge, from team momentum going forward. Gives you a lot of confidence. You know, that was huge for us, for sure.
415, 401 tonight. Very good also. What's been the difference, do you think, the last 3 weeks for you?
I don't have an answer for that. I found a good rhythm those 2 weeks. It feels good. My injuries feel pretty good. You know, battling through them. Figured something out pretty nice. Tonight I had a good first game. Second game and third game, kind of lost the headpin a little bit, but I was due for an off night, I guess. That's how bowling goes. You know, we'll bounce back next week. So I'm looking forward to it.
You got a 3-letter word for going 8-0.
Wow.
All right, Mr. 235, Dave Godwin. Still waiting for that 236, by the way.
We're all waiting for it. then I can be like Aaron Fontaine.
All right. Thanks so much for this great, unbelievable game. Kenneth Mullen, Greg Gouillart wraps it up.
Where am I? There we are. Hi, I'm Greg Gouillart. Thanks very much on behalf of Paul Grant and everyone here at Candlepin Bowling Network. Thank you very much for watching this presentation of the Friday Night Pro League. What an incredible score that was. And you said it, chat, 7, 10, and 7. That is an incredible score line there. Thank you very much for being a part of it tonight. And until next time, so long.